Welcome to Webb City
Cardinals
No.
and the.
That's the
Oh, that's the beginning of your
Webb
intro.
City intro spot.
Sorry.
Welcome to Webb City Cardinals football on KNEO 91.7 FM with live audio and video online at kneo.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Webb City Cardinals. This is your home for every sack, touchdown.
It's the Kickapoo Chiefs visiting your Webb City Cardinals on a beautiful night for football. A little warmer than last week, maybe by 30 degrees, as it's 93 as we approach our pregame warm-ups here for both squads. Scott Boudreau with you this evening, along with Justin Boudreau, Tim Workman, Drew Woodmansey, and Roberta Foster back at our studios. Looking forward to tonight's game. The Cardinals come back home after a tough loss last week, 28-20 to the Nixa Eagles, a game that by some measures, some would say, well, they played as good as they could against a really good Nixa Eagles team, and yet when you look back at it, Justin, there were enough mistakes made that was a winnable game for the Cardinals, and certainly as they approach practice this week, they still have things they need to improve on.
Yeah, you talk about the big 80-yard run to start the game off for the Nixa Eagles that ended in a touchdown, and then the miscues inside the 5 that could have led to a touchdown a couple different times. And you look at those two scoring opportunities flipped, and you feel like Webb City's right back in that ball game. And against a good team like Nixa, they're ranked number 1 in Class 6 for a reason. So you've got to capitalize on your opportunities when you get them. Cardinals, though, come away with that game hopeful, I think, for the rest of the season. You talk to Coach Mack and his squad. You're never happy after a loss. Obviously, you feel like you can do some things differently, but you come away from a game like that at Nixa in an environment like that, and you feel confident as you head into week 3 here against the Kickapoo Chiefs that your guys are just maybe a play or two away from really breaking the season wide open.
For the Kickapoo Chiefs, their first time in Cardinal Stadium in quite a while, a team that beat the Cardinals last year, 26-23 in a nail-biter. They went on to have a 3-2 conference record in the COC East, finished 4-6 overall. The Cardinals, on the other hand, took those early losses and then built on them as the year went on. But head coach Nate Thomas talks about how quickly they found out what this league is all about, Justin, and certainly the Chiefs will be looking to continue the success they had against the Cardinals last year, but also knowing that they're a little younger team. They had a lot of senior leadership on that team, and so the Cardinals will want to take advantage maybe of some of that youth out there tonight.
Yeah, game last year, Cardinals feel like got away from them, some injuries in that ball game. Kickapoo plays well at home and takes the victory. And on both sides, you're figuring out that whether it be the east side or the west side, the COC is a tough conference. There's no off weeks, and so you look top to bottom. I think at one point we look at the 3 of the top 5 ranked schools in Class 5 all reside in this district as well. So you talk about the COC play and the district play for the Cardinals, and then the Chiefs as well playing up against some of those teams. You can't come into any Friday night game expecting to win, and no doubt both ball clubs will have prepared well for tonight.
For the Cardinals tonight, there'll be some changes. We'll talk about those more later when we break down the offense and defense of both these ball clubs. But let's talk a little bit about just this change in weather. What do you do to prepare for a night like this, knowing that you're probably going to experience some heat and something more like the first week of the season?
Well, I think no doubt the message would have been the entire week to stay hydrated, make sure you're getting your fluids in, drinking plenty of water, supplement that with some Gatorade, eating well as well. I know from being up here at the high school, sometimes these kids like to eat like birds and assume that it's going to get them through practices, but making sure you're getting your protein, making sure you're getting all those things in so that you can be sustained on a night like this. And then if you've lived in Southwest Missouri for any period of time, you understand it could go from 60 to 95 in a matter of hours. And so the Cardinal faithful, no stranger to that, but a different environment when you're out there playing. So no doubt would have been preached to them to take care of their bodies, and then when you're on the sideline, make sure you're staying hydrated and not let that be a factor as you head into tonight in terms of cramping and things like that.
It's the Cardinals and the Kickapoo Chiefs here tonight at Cardinal Stadium. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back with more of our countdown to kickoff You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
For over 100 years, Webb City has trusted Simpson Funeral Home for all of their death care needs. Simpson Funeral Home dignifies lives well lived through customizable cremation and burial plans, as well as pre-need funeral plans and monument design. Simpson Funeral Home, now offering pet cremation services, has 2 locations to serve you: 400 West Dougherty Street in Webb City and 101 North Main Street in Carl Junction. Call or text 417-673-2411 or visit online at simpsonfh.com.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic, once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
BEI, Bills Electric Incorporated, has been serving the 4-state area for over 60 years. With locations in Webb City, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, Lowell, Arkansas, and Claremore, Oklahoma, they specialize in commercial, industrial, and residential electric projects. Bills Electric is committed to providing the absolute best electrical repair and installation services to homeowners and businesses in the 4-state area. Learn more information online at BEIJoplin.com. Bills Electric Incorporated is proud to support
welcome you back
the Webb City
Cardinal
Cardinals.
Stadium. Your Webb City Cardinals set to take on the Kickapoo Chiefs. Your Cardinal countdown to kickoff brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Who Hot Mongolian Grill.
And Justin, as we look at these Kickapoo Chiefs tonight, last year we thought they were the kind of team that you had to be really wary of the pass. When you look at the stats so far in their first 2 games, about 86 yards on the ground, and a little more than that in the passing game. Their key weapon is their tight end. He's a senior, and he certainly is a weapon for them. But they're throwing for about 140 yards a game, so not the same kind of explosiveness we saw last year. But what do you expect the Cardinals to do defensively against that kind of attack?
Well, you talk about the big tight end, the senior Brody Wilson, 6'4", 235. So a guy that can hold his own in the middle and play jump ball a little bit inside the red zone. So I think if you're Cardinals, we talk about it all the time, but especially when you've got a weapon like that that's big and athletic, you're not necessarily going to be able to match him size for size. So you've got to find a way to pinch him either in a zone or make him throw over the top of you where you can get some speed underneath it and go get it. And as we say all the time, if that's the weapon, find somebody else that's got to beat you. Take him out of the passing game, force little dump down passes, force overthrows across the middle field. But the ultimate weapon there is get some pressure on the quarterback. If you can get some pressure on the quarterback, Mr. Brooks, then you don't give him enough time to find his favorite tight end. And then the Cardinals are in for a good game here tonight.
We see the Cardinal players making their way to the field for the first time. Still waiting on the crowd to cheer them on as they come up the sidelines, get ready to do some of their official stretching. But, Justin, let's talk about the Cardinal offense. What we saw last week was a running attack that was very effective, and something they wanted to get to was that outside pitch, and I thought they're really effective in their play calling and in testing that Nixa defense throughout the night. And you could make a complaint that the passing game wasn't there, but a lot of that was due to what was dictated because they were running the ball so well.
Well, you talk about the split back veer offense, a lot of it predicated on being able to make the right read and being comfortable in those reads. And that outside pitch play forces you to be a little bit vulnerable. You got to know what you're doing and when the relationship is right with your outside back that's making that run and the quarterback and all that. So there's a lot of things that go into making sure that outside pitch is there. And as you see Gabe Johnson and company start to get more comfortable with each other, Mason Williams out there in the backfield, Slade Hurd as well, those guys start to get more comfortable with what's being called from the sideline. I think you'll see the speed and the strength of these running backs really take over.
And you add to that, of course, something we know they've worked on the last 3 weeks and even in training camp. They want to get to their passing game. They know they have some weapons there in Holden Johnson and in Trey Turner, and, of course, their tight ends, Ganaway and Carnes, who's experienced all the way around. We know they'll want to take those shots when they can, and to me, that's the next level that I think you want to see improvement in tonight, in addition to the good execution you want to see in the triple option. And to your point about the triple option, last year when some of the backs went down for the Cardinals, it took away that outside pitch because you've got to have a guy that has some speed to get to the outside. You may still have a tough guy inside, but you really need that speed on the outside. And they've got weapons beyond the guys you named, Justin. They've also got Getz and Hayslip as well. And we'll hear Coach Mack talk about it a little bit later, but Hayslip may be the fastest guy on the team, and why not find a way to get him involved in the offense sooner or later?
Yeah, just a lot of weapons. You mentioned, obviously, Mason Williams, Slade Hurd, but there's plenty of guys that are filling those auxiliary roles as well that can step up and make plays. So I think you're excited to continue to see it. And you talk about guys growing into their positions. A lot of guys taking another step forward this year in what they're comfortable being able to run night in and night out and starting to click maybe earlier this year than what you saw with that group last year. So I think a group that's starting to turn the corner and really make some plays as the season hits week 3.
It's the Cardinals and the Kickapoo Chiefs here at Cardinal Stadium on John Roderick Field tonight. Our countdown to kickoff brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Who Hot Mongolian Grill. We'll come back with our This Week in Cardinal History with our good friend Tim Workman after this 3-minute break. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives.
Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin, Webb City, and Carthage.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home in Webb City is proud to support the Cardinals and has been serving the citizens of Webb City and the surrounding communities since 1888. Located at 301 West Broadway in Webb City, funeral directors BJ and Diana Goodwin specialize in funeral planning and services along with prearranged funeral plans. For more information about Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home, their phone number is 417-673-4666 or online at hedgelewis.com.
Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the game. Stop by and pick up one of their specialty pizzas, like the Works, the Meats, or the Barbecue Chicken Bacon. Don't forget to grab a side order of breadsticks or Papa's Wings to top off your order. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or order online at papajohns.com or through the Papa John's app. Go Cardinals! Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-through, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
So Maggie, just to be clear, this personalized RVest blueprint tells us literally when we can retire with a plan to get there?
Yep.
Whoa, that's
helpful.
Very helpful.
Retirement planning made easy. RVest Wealth Management. Ready to help.
"4W Metal Building Supply." You've probably seen us. We're the company that provides red iron and post frame buildings, siding, garage doors, and more. Bring your plans or pictures. We'll help from start to finish. Call or come by.
And we welcome you back to Cardinal Stadium here at John Roderick Field. Scott Boudreau along with Justin Boudreau, Drew Woodmansey on our camera tonight, and our good friend Tim Workman ready to talk about Cardinal history tonight. Tim, there's got to be a lot of it on a nice fall night like this.
Well, you would think so, but since 1920, we've only played 8 times on the 12th day of September. You got to remember early 30s, 40s like that, you were just now getting through the first part of practice. They didn't start playing games until late September back in those days. But I found one in 2014 where the highlight in the newspaper anyway was about a defensive play late in the first half that kind of kept the momentum on our side. Stephen Moore came up with a sack on 3rd down with Republic inside the red zone and forced them into a missed field goal, and that preserved a 21-7 halftime lead. They went on to win that game 49-14. Keaton Burrows scored 3 times, and Caleb Potts found the end zone twice. There's also a 82-yard kickoff return from Keontae Harton and Tyson Roderick, and Caleb Potts scored in the 3rd quarter. Then we're going to move backwards, 1958. And this was a headline on the front page of the news. On the day Elvis Presley got his orders to go to Germany for World War II, our quarterback Guy Bonstedt and halfback Bill Frisell each romped for 3 touchdowns as Webb City trounced Carl Junction 62-6. 5 of those touchdown runs were greater than 50. Frisell had touchdown runs of 80, 75, and 70. Johnny Goswick had one for 60, and Eddie Sumter for 53 yards as the Cardinals racked up 713 yards of rushing offense on the night, holding Carl Junction to only a total, I think, of 140 on their offensive side. So a big offensive night for the Cardinals back in 1958. As far as playing here with Kickapoo, you know, the time before joining the conference here, they were the ones that helped us out during COVID. We had that game canceled. I think it was the 3rd week of the year. They had one canceled, and I don't believe we put that game together like Tuesday. And both coaches agreed, hey, let's play. We need to play. And they made the trip down here in 2020 to fill in that hole right there that we both ended up having.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity for both ball clubs to at least keep playing. And I know Coach Roderick at the time was very appreciative of the coaching staff at Kickapoo willing to come this way.
And so, you know, we've played them, I think, a total of 8. This would be our 9th time. The first couple of times we actually, people remember we jumped into the Ozark Conference for 2 years back in 79 and 80. Well, that's where Kickapoo was, and so we split the first 2 games we played with them. Then a couple of home and homes over the years where, you know, we play them 2 games at a time. And then now that we're in the same conference, you know, they're on the other side of the division, so do we always play them every year? I don't know, but we do have a chance to play them more often.
Yeah, I think it could develop into a good rivalry. And, of course, I don't know if it's in your notes there, Tim, but some folks will remember that former head coach of the Cardinals went on to be a Kickapoo Chiefs coach for a brief time. And so had that connection there for a while as well.
Well, I think that's where we picked up those games in 06-07 was that connection. So
Well, the Cardinals, what else you got there?
Oh, I was going to say that'll do it kind of for the history. I was going to look through we talked about how stacked this district is, and 3 of the top 5 teams in the Class 5 rankings right now come out of our district. And right now, Carthage, Neosho, and are both 2-0. We, Republic, and Branson are all 1-1. Parkview and Willard 0-2 early in the year, but that's your district. So there's a
it's going to be a battle royal for points, don't you think?
Yes, and that you hate to say state runs through a certain district, but it might just run through our district this year because you're going to have 3 teams that have a legitimate shot at saying they're a district finalist in any district, and one of us ain't even going to make it to the finals.
Yeah, that's why I think you'll see each of these teams ramp it up that much more. And when we talk to Coach McFarland a little later, he talks about how short this little 8-game season is really for the regular season. And you've got to make hay while you can. And certainly the Cardinals happy to put up the 33 points in the first week, put up 20 last week against a Class 6 Nixon. Looking for that win and improvement all the way around tonight as well.
Yes, and so a nice night here. If you can't make it out, you can you're catching us right here on the radio, but our good friend John Hoffman has been kind enough that we're actually going to be across network TV today on KSN Channel 16, so you can sit in your easy chair at home if you want to and catch us there one time.
If you need that air conditioning tonight, that's probably a good recommendation, Tim. Otherwise, come out here and enjoy this great crowd, great part of Cardinal Nation showing up already. That'll wrap it up for our Cardinal history and look around the COC. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with Justin Boudreau's Roundtable after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Getting to heaven isn't just about putting enough good on one side of the scale to balance the bad on the other. It's about fulfilling a death penalty, the one we deserve for our rebellion against God. None of the great moralities or great religions can pay the death penalty for our sin. Only Jesus Christ's death on the cross can do that. You have to look to Him as the only one who can save you. To learn more, call 888-NEED-HIM. That's 888-NEED-HIM.
None of us wants our most secret conversations revealed. We don't want the curtain pulled back on things we've said over the phone, yet God knows every word we say and every thought we think. The Bible tells us the secrets we've whispered in the dark will someday be proclaimed for all to hear. On that day, we will each be held accountable. However, Jesus died to help us, to purge the record of every person who asks Him for forgiveness. To learn more, call 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us live at needhim.org.
Well, what kind of a man or woman should you be if you're going to be used of God?
Billy Graham.
The man God uses will have a love for his brothers and sisters in the ministry. Jesus said, "By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, and that ye have love one to another. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you." And then secondly, we're to serve one another. Jesus said, "Whosoever of you will be the chiefest shall be the servant of all." Our Lord washing the disciples' feet. We should be servants of one another. Thirdly, we're to be patient with each other. The servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men. Paul said in 1 Thessalonians 5, be patient with each other.
Patience, service, love. These are the qualities of a true servant of God. Learn more at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
The Webb City Booster Club is proud to support Webb City student athletes. The Booster Club works with parents, community volunteers, and businesses to enrich the experience of Webb City High School athletics. They would like to encourage anyone interested in making an impact on our student athletes to consider joining the Booster Club. If you are an individual, family, or business and would like more information on joining the Boosters, you can stop by the Booster trailer that is at all Cardinal home games, or you can find them on Facebook at Webb City Athletic Booster Club. Webb City Booster Club wishes all their athletes an amazing year. Go Cards!
4W Metal Building Supply. You've probably seen us. We're the company that provides red iron and post frame buildings, siding, garage doors, and more. Bring your plans or pictures. We'll help from start to finish. Call or come by.
At 4W
And we welcome you back to Cardinal Stadium here, John Roderick Field. Our countdown to kickoff brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Who Hot Mongolian Grill. Justin, it's time for the roundtable.
And as most of our listeners know, 24 years ago, yesterday was the anniversary of the attacks on the World Trade Center, September 11, 2001. And so in honor of that, talking a little bit about that day specifically, but then pointing it back to sports and just how sports can transcend tragedy and crisis and how that brings it together. Scott, I'm reminded of a couple days after 9/11 happened, George W. Bush standing on the mound at Yankee Stadium, throwing out the first pitch. And just for a few hours, America got to feel what a sense of normalcy looked like again. And so we just talk about, obviously, that day and the tragedy that took place there and the resiliency of the firefighters and the police officers and the first responders that ultimately risked their lives to save others, and just the homage we want to pay to them, but also what sports has been able to do in bringing people together through moments like that.
Well, certainly you remember those attacks, not only on the World Trade Center, but the Pentagon as well, and then the heroes that thwarted the fourth attack and ended up with a plane crashing in a field in Pennsylvania. And when you look back at those days that followed, you're just impressed with the unity that followed that as a nation, as a group of people that wanted to come together and try to fight a common enemy and do it in a unified way. And we saw a lot of folks come back and change their worship habits. We saw folks come together in a lot of different ways, and you just never want to stop remembering the sacrifice, not only of those who passed on that day, but those who have passed in the 24 years since, as many dedicated their lives to the rescue and the recovery, and then later passed away from illnesses. But their sacrifice for this country should never go a year without remembering how much that meant. And you know that even folks that are just learning about that in this generation, it's important to look back at history and understand where we've come from, and understand that it is important to recognize and love one another in a way that certainly that day brought people together in the aftermath. And that's what you hope for throughout our nation as they remember the fallen this week.
Well, and Scott, we turn our attention to the sports side of that. Obviously, the heaviness of that moment is not lost on the community and the world and what was going on. But we talk about sports in general, and we can even point back to COVID 5 years ago or so. Something about being able to get out here on a Friday night amidst the chaos, amidst the uncertainty, and watch guys do what they love to do. It brings a sense of peace. It brings a sense of serenity to a degree that there's some normalcy to watching kids play sports, to watching college athletes do their thing in NFL and pro as well. Explain to us in a quick snippet here, maybe, what is it about sports that has this rallying cry for people that when they get in front of or when they're rather when they're watching kids play a game like this, that gives them that sense of comfortability?
Well, I think there's two things. First, it's the team aspect of a lot of sports that brings people together. So it brings the team together. It brings the fans for those teams together as they root their favorite player or their favorite team on. And then it's the camaraderie that's built from that, and the memories that are built out of a sporting contest, I think that really help maybe just take your mind off of certain things that are heavy, certain things that are very serious, and allows a bit of escape, you might say, a bit of entertainment, but also a seriousness in understanding that despite something that's going on, there's still a game out here that can be played among young people, and and it gives you a chance to root for that team or that person that is playing that sport in any given time period. And that just lifts your heart a lot of times to watch success happen in that way.
We'll introduce you to all the teams and their coaches up first.
And that'll wrap it up for our round table. We'll take a break here, come back with our coaches show after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinal Sports Network. Back here in 1 minute.
The Cool School Shop is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals. Located at 100 South Main Street, Suite A in Webb City, they offer custom screen printing on school sports apparel like t-shirts and hoodies, and offer embroidery services and custom-made jerseys. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on Saturdays from 9 to noon. The Cool School Shop in Webb City, 417-673-3720, or online at coolschoolshop.com.
Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to close, it's Student Night at Hoo-Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin. Students of any age can bring in your valid student ID and receive 25% off your grill meal. At Hoo-Hot Mongolian Grill, you can always enjoy a vast selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Hoo-Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Hoo-Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin. More information online at hoohot.com.
A lot of people who identify as Christian don't seem to know the man they claim to follow.
They follow a quiet, compassionate, and inoffensive Christ, and politely ignore the Christ who pleads for the unconditional surrender of their lives and their minds to the narrow way which leads to eternal life. All such religion is a ghastly mockery of the real thing.
So, what does the real thing look like? Here's Billy Graham.
Christianity demands a commitment to a person whose name is above every name, the Lord Jesus Christ.
And in return,
there is no joy in the world comparable to this joy that is rooted and grounded in love and faith in Jesus Christ.
Learn more about living your life fully committed to Jesus at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
It's time for the Ryan McFarland Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Arvest Wealth Management, Madison Pet Clinic, and Papa John's Pizza in Webb City. Now, here's Scott Boudreau with head coach Ryan McFarland.
Good evening, Cardinal fans. Welcome to tonight's Coaches Show. Scott Boudreau along with head coach Ryan McFarland as the Cardinals back home in Cardinal Stadium tonight to face the Kickapoo Chiefs. A tough loss last week against Nixa. I got to think there were some positives, even though I know the Webb City program is not about moral victories.
Yeah, you go into a game and probably in the media and most of the people in Southwest Missouri and heck, probably a lot of Webb City people probably weren't real sure that we could make it a competitive game. And you know, you go into the game and our kids compete their tails off and do a lot of good things, and we just couldn't do enough at the end of the game. But, you know, you get beat by 8 and people are congratulating you after the game, and I was super proud of our kids and their effort and the way they played. But the standard is, you know, we're going to win football games, and we weren't able to do enough last week, but I think that was a great opponent for a Week 2 game and a great measuring stick for us. But our goal here and what we've talked about all week is we want to establish a winning streak, and we want to start tonight in the game and then get this winning streak going. And our kids have proved that they can play at a high level, so we're really, really excited about our ceiling this year. But, you know, hopefully we start a winning streak tonight and get this thing rolling.
One of the things that you face each week is just looking at different opponents. And what do you see in the Kickapoo Chiefs? Strong passing game last year. What do they come into this game with?
Yeah. One, when you see them, if you come to the game tonight and you see them in warm-ups, you know, it seems like they're all 6'1" to 6'5", and they all weigh about 195 to 250 pounds. It's probably similar to Nixa, but it'll be probably the best-looking team we play all year as far as just they've got great-looking kids and athletes. And they're 0-2 on the season. They lose, you know, Week 1 to to Joplin, lose to Neosho last week 2. But they had a great senior class last year. And I remember talking to their coach, and he was real high on their seniors last year, so they've graduated a lot of kids. So I'm assuming what they're going through right now is just trying to figure out, get some inexperienced guys experience. They've got talented players. They're just inexperienced to start the season. So they've got 2 weeks of experience underneath their belt. I know they're frustrated being 0-2, but I think they've got the talent there to where they're got better from week 1 to week 2. They're probably going to be better tonight than they were last week, and so it's a big challenge to our kids to go out and compete, and they're going to try to get in the win column. And probably the biggest motivation we have moving forward to tonight is, we lost to them last year, and that's what I've told our kids all week, regardless of record or regardless of, hey, we played Nixa last week, everyone thinks we're going to have a letdown this week, is, hey, you get a chance to play at home, and you get a chance to play against a team that beat us last year, and I think revenge is a great motivator, and hopefully we come out firing tonight.
Your running game last week got through a lot of different progressions. There were times where you were able to let the quarterback run it. Sometimes the dive back was effective and the pitch was effective. You feel like the triple option look that you're trying to give folks is starting to click with both the line and the backs?
Yeah, I really do. You go back to last year, and we just didn't quite have the speed at running back to get the ball pitched to the edge. So teams really kind of stopped defending the pitch last year, just knowing that it wasn't something that we were going to hang our hat on. And going into this summer, we thought we had the kids that would be able to be a true triple option team where we have 3 guys that's a threat to score with the ball in their hands. And these first 2 weeks, I've thought, we've done a great job of that. And with Gabe at quarterback, he missed a year, and people forget that, when you miss a year, that's a lot of reps and that's a lot of time off. And he's coming back, and, he played better week 2 than he did week 1, but it's going to take him some time to get to where he needs to be. But we can hand the ball off to any of our running backs and feel like we've got a chance to score. Gabe can keep the ball on any play. We feel like we have a chance to score. And this year we've pitched the ball more this year through 2 weeks than we did the whole season last year. And we feel like we can get the ball pitched, and that gives us an opportunity to score as well. And, Abel Getz is a running back that can come in and play that hasn't had an opportunity to play a lot, but he's played 15 or 20 snaps now in 2 games. And then Talon Haslett might be our fastest running back, and we got him in a play or 2 the other night, but he hasn't had a chance to carry the ball week 1 or week 2. And then Drake Claiborne's a 205-pound senior running back for us that's not a typical Webb City running back, but he knows our offense really well and does a lot of really good things, and he's got some speed to him too. So as far as triple option football, I think we're in a good spot. We're going to keep getting better. Our offensive line made a big jump from week 1 to week 2, so I really, really believe the ceiling of this offense is really high moving forward. And then the last part we haven't talked about, which I'm sure you'll bring up, the passing game, and that's something we haven't had to throw the ball yet. Gabe's had some wrist injuries and whatnot throughout the summer and into preseason, so he's not 100% able to throw the ball right now. But once we get that part going as well, I think we've got a chance with Trey Turner and Holden Johnson to be real explosive there too.
A backer of Cardinal Athletics is Arvest Wealth Management, offering services in financial and retirement planning, as well as managing stocks and bonds, plus estate planning. For more information, the phone number for Arvest Wealth Management advisors Adrian Jackson, Scott Boudreau, Garrett Taylor, Ashley Durbin, and Christy Gullett is 417-627-8166 or online at arvest.com. Member FINRA SIPC, proud to support local high school athletics.
Proud to support the Cardinals and serve the Webb City and surrounding areas is Madison Pet Clinic. Located at 1631 South Madison in Webb City, they specialize in pet surgery, wellness exams, and vaccinations. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 5:30 and Saturday 8 to noon. Madison Pet Clinic is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals. 673-2455 or online at madisonpetclinic.com. Go Cardinals!
KNEO would like to thank Papa John's Pizza in Webb City for sponsoring this portion of the game. They are proud supporters of the Webb City Cardinals and offer delivery and carry-out services on a variety of pizzas, as well as breadsticks and wings. Located in the City Point Shopping Center in Webb City and open 7 days a week. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or for a complete menu or online ordering, their website is papajohns.com.
Talk to me about homecoming. What does that bring to mind, and what do you tell your kids about homecoming night?
Well, first, so Tonight's our youth football and junior high football recognition. So we'll have, 350 youth football players and junior high football players that'll get announced before the game. And that's probably one of my favorite nights that we do, just because, one, you get to see the future of the program and future Cardinals come through. Football's a tough game. Football practice isn't always fun. Football off season's not always fun. So give our kids a chance to be recognized in front of our home crowd before the game. And then probably my favorite part is they'll line the hill tonight. So we'll have, when you throw in flag football, we'll have 400 kids lined up on the hill, that are going to get recognized tonight. And then we get a walk down through the tunnel that they're going to make for us. So a big night for us there. And then, we only have 4 home games this year. And so we'll be at Ozark next week, at Neosho the following week, and then we'll get Week 6, Republic home for homecoming, and then Week 7 we'll have Willard home for senior night. And we're talking to our kids this morning before school. It's amazing how fast the season goes. Like, we're already in Week 3, and I told them, you're going to blink and open your eyes, and it's going to be senior night, and then we're going to be getting ready for districts.
Finally, Coach, what are the keys to victory for the Cardinals tonight?
Offensively, we need to get out to a fast start. Okay, we need to, I really want to get a 2-score lead and see how Kickapoo is going to react, because they haven't had a lot of success this year. Defensively, we've played with a lot of intensity on defense. Without question, our effort's been unbelievable. But there's been 1 or 2 big plays week 1 and week 2 where the opponents have been able to take advantage of those. And, you go back to week 1, Lebanon has a 68-yard touchdown run. You go to week 2, first play of the game, there's a 74-yard touchdown run. Right before or middle of the second quarter, they have a 40-yard touchdown pass last week. So just being able to eliminate those big plays, and that's kind of been a focus on defense. And then the third one, special teams. I think our kickoff return team, we haven't done real well on that, so we kind of revamped that this week. Kickoff has done a phenomenal job. I hope you guys don't have to see our punt team tonight, because we have success offensively. But, last year, you go back to it, special teams was such a key for us down this stretch when we got into districts, on being able to win special teams, which gave us the chance to win games. So, we're in week 3 now. We're trying to put a big emphasis on special teams, and, we want to be the best group of special teams got every Friday night. And then offense, defense, just, continuing to play with high intensity.
Well, Coach, good luck in tonight's ball game. We'll talk to you at halftime.
Somewhere around 300 or more kids marked their way across the track as they were introduced from the Pee Wee level all the way up to 8th grade. And now we see the combined choir here for Webb City High School getting ready to sing the national anthem for us, and we'll wait for their introduction. But let's talk about special teams for just a minute. Coach McFarland mentioned it in his coach's show, important part of what they want to do tonight.
Well, we talk about it all the time. You don't notice special teams until they make a mistake or they make a big play. And so the Webb City Cardinals are looking to be the one that makes the big play on their kickoff and kickoff return teams and minimize those when they're defending.
And your Webb City Cardinals.
And
the color guard getting ready to make their way onto the field, and we'll await that honor guard make its way to midfield to present the colors. But continuing our discussion, Justin, they know they have some speed in the return game and feel like if they can block it upright, they've got an opportunity to really put the opponent, the Kickapoo Chiefs tonight, in a bad way, field position-wise, and set up the offense.
Yeah, it's a team that, when run well, really sets you at an advantage, whether it's your kickoff return team taking one to the house or your kickoff team pinning them inside their own territory. It's a team that can really flip the field for you, and you hope to see that from the Cardinals.
And at this time, we're going to take a 2-minute timeout, come back with more of our countdown to kickoff. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City, open daily from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
For over 100 years, Webb City has trusted Simpson Funeral Home for all of their death care needs. Simpson Funeral Home dignifies lives well lived through customizable cremation and burial plans, as well as pre-need funeral plans and monument design. Simpson Funeral Home, now offering pet cremation services, has 2 locations to serve you: 400 West Dougherty Street in Webb City and 101 North Main Street in Carl Junction. Call or text 417-673-2411 or visit online at simpsonfh.com.
The Bible says that our hearts are sinful, that it's full of evil imaginations.
Billy Graham.
The Bible says that our heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? That's the reason Christ said, except a man is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of heaven. I ask you tonight, wouldn't you like to have a new heart? Wouldn't you like to have Christ tonight who can forgive the past, give you joy and peace in the present, and change your life for the future? He can do it if you let him. Give your life to Christ tonight. Let him give you a new heart. Make you a new person.
What Jesus Christ offers you is nothing short of revolutionary. If you're ready to surrender your life to him, we can help. Visit us at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic
and
Association.
Cardinal Nation giving a big hand to this combined choir of junior high and senior high students. Melinda Benham directing that, and beautiful rendition. And now, Justin, this Cardinal team getting ready to make their way down to the field. They're going to have to walk through that gauntlet I had described earlier of all the youth football team members as well as the junior high team members. But before they do that, let's talk about a couple of key changes here tonight for the Cardinals. First, at quarterback, we're going to see Braden Strickland at quarterback. We'll see Gabe Johnson in a running back position. Slade Hurd will move from a running back position to a cornerback position where Strickland had been playing defensively. So those are a couple of changes. And the Cardinals feel like they can get to some offense that will allow Gabe to get out and run in space tonight with his speed. And they like the throwing arm of Strickland as well. And they've been working on this throughout camp, and it just seemed like the right game to try to bring this change to 4. And anytime you can get more speed on the edge or just across the whole triple option effect, we think the Cardinals will have some good opportunities to get up and down the field. They also expect to see a little bit more of Abel Getz, and I think we'll see Hayslip as well, Justin. So what do you say those changes might do for us tonight?
Well, I think anytime you can put on the field something different for teams that you're going to play down the road to look at on film, it makes you that much better of a ball club. So obviously you got to come out and execute things now with the new personnel in different positions, but it gives you a leg up as you progress down the season. You throw some different things at different teams. Now they got to prepare essentially for 2 different game plans as the season progresses. So putting guys in different positions, I think it just speaks to the flexibility and the willingness to do what is necessary for the program at hand. You know, you're not necessarily maybe playing the position that you want to be playing. If you're talking about Slade Hurd in particular, obviously playing running back's probably a lot more fun than playing cornerback. But this week has been the week that Coach Mack has said, "Hey, I need you to switch sides of the football and play some corner for me tonight." And he said, "Yes, sir. Let's go to work." And I think that's part of what brings this program to its pinnacle over the last 30-plus years is that kids have always been willing to do what's asked of them in those moments, and none more evident here tonight.
Well, and I failed to mention, we will see Hurd on the offensive side of the ball as well. Likely to see him at a receiver in addition to seeing Trey Turner and Holden Johnson out there. So looking forward to seeing those adjustments. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, come back with our keys to winning. You've been listening to our countdown to kickoff, brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Who Hot Mongolian Grill. Back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home in Webb City is proud to support the Cardinals and has been serving the citizens of Webb City and the surrounding communities since 1888. Located at 301 West Broadway in Webb City, funeral directors BJ and Diana Goodwin specialize in funeral planning and services along with prearranged funeral plans. For more information about Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home, their phone number is 417-673-4666 or online at hedgelewis.com.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A radical change is needed in every person to find true or real fulfillment in this life, to be acceptable to God, to enter God's kingdom.
Billy Graham on why being a good person is not enough to save you.
What's wrong? The Bible tells us. The Bible says the thing that is wrong is that we have a disease. It affects the whole human race all over the world, and the disease is called sin.
Sin separates us from God, but there is hope. God promises to forgive our sins if we follow Jesus, his Son.
Do you know Christ? God can give you a whole new life, a transformation that you never dreamed existed if you let him.
You can learn more about getting to know Jesus at findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
And we welcome you back to Cardinal Stadium here on John Roderick Field as the Cardinals set to make their way through that gauntlet we just talked about, Justin. And Kickapoo Chiefs have taken the field. We're about 7 minutes from our kickoff. And reminder, we'll also be live broadcast on KSN Channel 16 tonight. So variety of ways to pick up this game. But first, Justin, we need some keys to winning.
Yeah, I think if you're the Cardinals tonight, a big show, you bring out the youth, you bring out the combined choirs tonight. I think you got to feed off of some of that energy. A hot night for September in which the temperatures teased us a little bit last week. Now we're back up into the 80s or so here as kickoff gets ready to hit. But a great crowd here tonight. As we mentioned, a lot of youth football out here being recognized. We mentioned the combined choir. So can you feed off of that home crowd? We've talked about the aura that is playing in this venue here at John Roderick Field at Cardinal Stadium. So you got to feed off of that. I think as you heard in the pregame show, I'll steal one of Coach Mack's, but can you get out early? Can you get out fast? Can you kind of punch them in the mouth, so to speak, and put them on their heels, get a couple scores early and see what they do with that? A team that's struggled early in the season here have the Kickapoo Chiefs. So can you put them on the back foot, go up 14-0, 21-0, and see what they do, how they respond to that, and then continue to keep your foot on the gas pedal? And I think you do those things well tonight, you're going to come out of here with a victory.
It's a great night for football here at Cardinal Stadium. We'll take another 2-minute break, come back with our coin toss after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic. Once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
So there I was, sitting next to my nephew playing on his Etch-a-Sketch pad. We had so much fun drawing fun and silly pictures together. But the cool thing was that if we messed up, we just hit the start over button. Lots of people wish they could do that with life, and that's exactly what God did for us. He sent Jesus to die for our sins so that you and I could have a second chance, a clean slate. To find out more, call 1-888-NEED-HIM. 888-NEED-HIM.
And we welcome you back to Cardinal Stadium here. It's the Kickapoo Chiefs visiting your Webb City Cardinals here tonight. The Kickapoo Chiefs lined up on the east side, the visitors' sidelines, and they're in their white tops and yellow pants. And here come your Webb City Cardinals in red tops and white pants. Justin, we talked about what an emotional week this is for a lot of folks. But if you're a player tonight, there's no better situation than coming through the youngsters, getting those high fives, taking the field, and then come out here and see what you can execute and do.
Well, we talk about 9/11 being 24 years ago. You think about since that day has happened, the number of youngsters that have lined up on the sides of the current Webb City High School football team, dreaming of the day that they get to be the guys that run out with the Cardinal mascot on the side of their head and get to run through the tunnel. Now it's these guys' turn, and especially for these seniors, you know that they've dreamt of this moment to get here and be able to play in front of the Cardinal faithful. They've done their time in the youth ranks, and now they are ready to go here.
Well, and the Cardinals taking the field late here inside of 3 minutes. This game, our referee tonight is Dave Cox, and this game may start with a penalty as we see a yellow flag at the 50-yard line. We'll see how that's applied here depending on how the coin toss goes here in just a moment. Coach McFarland trying to gather his four captains right now. The Kickapoo Chiefs are ready on the far side as Dave Cox and his officiating crew out of the Joplin area ready to escort the Webb City captains out there. And we'll see Mason Williams, Gabe Johnson, Carson Myers, and Dawson McMullen out there for the Cardinals. And we'll get the Chiefs captains for you as well under head coach Nate Thomas. And Coach McFarland out there on behalf of the Cardinals, of course. Dave Cox giving some instructions to each of the captains right now. Carden Underwood, Almon Fowler, Cade Burcham, and Preston Roberts for the Chiefs. And now we'll await the coin toss from Dave Cox, our referee, and we'll be joined shortly live on KSN as well. And the Chiefs set to make the call at midfield. And there's the toss. The Cardinals have won the toss. And let's see what the Cardinals elect to do here. Dave Cox will give us the signal. Cardinals have won the toss, elected to receive. And the Kickapoo Chiefs will kick off from the north end zone to the south end zone. And it's just about time to play some football here as the Cardinals are going to get called for delay of game, declined by the Chiefs. So maybe sportsmanlike gesture there by Coach Nate Thomas. And now the referee, Dave Cox, and his officiating crew gathering at midfield for some final word with each other before the two teams take the field here. And now the Cardinals set to receive. They'll send Getz back deep along with, looks like that Paxton Parrish back. We'll get it. That's Talon Hazlip. And we welcome our viewers on KSN Channel 16. It's the Cardinals hosting the Kickapoo Chiefs here tonight. Scott Boudreau along with Justin Boudreau. Drew Woodmansey on our camera. And we're pleased to bring this one to you as the Chiefs set to kick off here on a beautiful night at Cardinal Stadium on John Roderick Field. Good crowd on the Cardinal Nation showing up. And there's the kick. It'll go near the end zone. Hazlip with it from the 10 to the 15 to the 20. And knocked down there where the Cardinals will start 1st and 10 as Coach Ryan McFarland sends his offense out there. Braden Strickland at quarterback this evening for the Cardinals.
And no stranger to the game. We mentioned plays cornerback on the defensive side of the ball. A senior, plenty capable of leading this offense. We'll see what he does here. First play from scrimmage for the Cardinals.
It'll be Gabe Johnson and Mason Williams in the backfield. Split back look for the Cardinals. Single receiver left. Strickland on an end around. They give it to Turner down the right side to the 30, 35, 40, 45 down at the 47-yard line. So a little misdirection by the Cardinals early and big chunk yardage there.
Well, we talk about the athlete that he is. Anybody that's come out and watched basketball has seen it. When we were waiting for the moment when they were going to use him as that explosive athlete that we know that he is, Cardinals come out with a little trickery, send him on an end around, and pick up a huge yardage there. 2 yards shy of midfield here are the Cardinals.
Holden Johnson checks in at a receiver right this time. Johnson and Williams in the backfield behind Strickland. And before the next play can ensue, penalty on the play. It'll be illegal procedure against the Cardinals, and it'll back them up 5 yards. Strickland will come all the way, or Johnson rather, come all the way to the sideline, get a new play from head coach Ryan McFarland. So not what you're looking for in the second play of the game, but 1st and 15 now for the Cardinals from the 43. Cooper White under center. Strickland looks over the defense. Takes a snap, give to Williams, and he's bottled up near the 46-yard line. The Kickapoo Chiefs say the ball came loose, and we'll see if he's ruled down or not. Side judge coming in, referee Dave Cox coming in as well, and awaiting the call from our referee. And he says he was down by contact, so a break for the Cardinals there. Could have been an early turnover.
Yeah, lucky break there. Cardinals come off of a penalty right into what could have been a turnover, but they hang on to it, pick up a couple yards, 2nd and 12 now at their own 46.
Turner out here on the left side. Single coverage there. The give to Williams again up the middle this time. He'll pick up, and his line pushing him all the way up for a first down near the 38-yard line. And that time just power running and good lead blocking by the middle of that line.
Well, I think Mason Williams would tell you the only difference between him playing linebacker and him playing running back is running back he always has the football, because this guy is running through holes as hard as he does on the defensive end. That time you see him bounce off of tacklers and pick up the first down, getting into Kickapoo Chief territory now.
Too tight look for the Cardinals. Single receiver left is Holden Johnson, one back in the backfield. Now Johnson will come back there in the split back look. He wants to throw. Strickland to the Johnson. Caught it about the 34-yard line. Pickup of about 3 yards there. Just a nice little stick route. You don't mind that for the first throw of the game. Get Strickland comfortable.
Yeah, and gets Johnson involved too. We talk about the weapon that he could be with his size and athleticism. A great throw there.
Cardinals without Barrett Weller tonight. We'll see Briar Robinson in their senior wide receiver left this time. Strickland under center. And the give to Williams up the middle. Good blocking up front. He's dancing and dodging. He'll get down near the 20-yard line and pick up another first down.
Well, you know it's good blocking when you've got enough time to go forward a yard, come backwards, go around your blocker to pick up a few more. Great job there by the offensive lineman. Give them some gaps to try to squeeze through. Cardinals just a yard outside of the 20 at the 21. The clock continues to wind here in the first quarter. 8:45 left to go here, still scoreless in the first.
Grayson Ganaway checks in at a tight end right. Carnes now will flip at a wing left this time, and a equipment violation. They're going to ask Carnes to come off the field. Don't know if it was a mouthpiece or perhaps something wrong with the helmet.
Well, we got a chance. We'll tell you about some of our sponsors. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Missouri State Representative Bob Bromley, honored to serve the citizens of the 162nd District, including Carl Junction and Webb City. Bob Bromley would like to congratulate all the area teams on their hard work.
Strickland under center. Wants to pitch to Johnson this time around the left side of the 15, out of bounds near the 13-yard line. They went to the short side of the field that time. Johnson able to turn it upfield quickly, and that's what they want to do, using his speed on the edge.
When you talk about just getting your best athletes involved in the game early on, you've seen it with Trey Turner and now with Gabe Johnson, Mason Williams as well, giving them a chance to continue this drive on.
Second and short for the Cardinals. Slade Hurd checks in now. Wide receiver right. Strickland, long count. Give to Williams. No, he's kept it on the pitch. There goes Johnson to the end zone for a touchdown. As the Cardinals fooled the middle of the line, but fooled the announcer as well. But a nice pitch late there by Strickland, and Johnson had no trouble getting the end zone from there.
Well, and Strickland did a great job, Williams as well, of leaving it in his gut as long as he could. Pulls it last second. Everybody converges in on Williams. Strickland and Gabe Johnson are out there by themselves, and Strickland able to pitch it to Johnson. Johnson does the rest to get in for the touchdown. Cardinals lead at 6-0, PAT on the way.
Castro to kick the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. With 8:11 left here in the first quarter, the Cardinals lead the Kickapoo Chiefs 7-0. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more football after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Today's sporting event is being made available for your family by Chris Wright of Dig Right Equipment Rental, located just off Highway 49 at the Carterville exit by Casey's. Open Monday through Friday and Saturdays till noon with rentals of outdoor construction equipment and even attachments for your machines. Chris Wright of Dig Right Equipment Rentals is a proud supporter of today's game. 417-317-4995.
With a good first drive of the evening, overcame a penalty but picked up good yards on the ground. A couple of plays to Johnson, who finally scores on the pitch from the 13-yard line, and the Cardinals lead at 7-0. And Diego Aldrete to kick off for the Cardinals, left-footed kicker. Chiefs have it at the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. As Amon Fowler takes the kickoff and goes all the way, and how quickly the Chiefs answer the score. We talked about special teams in the open, Justin. That's not what you're looking for there, is to give one right back.
Well, and he got the wedge that he wanted. He had a great first block, and then everybody was leaning to that far side of the field, and he just cut it back. Had one guy out in front of him taking care of the kicker, and then the rest was up to him. Nobody touches him. He takes it all the way to the house. Extra point here.
Wyatt Stevens-Lewis to kick the extra point for the Chiefs. Underwood on the hold. Kick is up. And the kick is good. It took just 15 seconds with 7:56 left in the first quarter. It's the Cardinals 7 and the Kickapoo Chiefs 7. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more football after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Price Family Insurance and Financial Services has been caring for clients since 1990 and is still here to take care of all your insurance needs, from auto, home, business, life, and health insurance to group health insurance for businesses, plus financial services. To find out more information, call the dedicated team at Price Family Insurance and Financial Services today at 417-673-8338 or stop by and see them at 100 South Main Street in Webb City. You can also learn more online at pricefamilyinsurance.com.
And we welcome you back to Cardinal Stadium here at John Roderick Field. Cardinals, a long drive to get their first score, and it took just one play, a kickoff return by Amon Fowler, who took it about 98 yards. And we're tied at 7 apiece. Now the kickoff coming from Ethan Bartles for the Chiefs. And Cardinals pick it up at the 5. Bring it out to about the 20-yard line. That was Talon Hayslip that time, the junior running back for the Cardinals. And Braden Strickland will come back out and try to continue what the offense did on their first series, as Trey Turner comes in at one wide receiver. See who's in the backfield this time. It will be Gabe Johnson once again, along with Mason Williams. Turner lines up on the far right side. Strickland under center. And he'll pitch it to Johnson on the edge. He's at the 30, 40, and grabbed from behind, a horse collar-like tackle. That was the only thing that saved that from being a touchdown. Johnson was just about to hit fifth gear that time, Justin, and Chiefs had an angle on him and pulled him out of bounds near the 45-yard line and pick up a 25, 1st and 10 from there for the Cardinals. They'll get to the line quickly. And Strickland dropped the football, and he'll be tackled in the backfield. Just a mishandle that time, and Easton Hoffman comes through for the Chiefs, and it'll be a loss of about, we'll call it 4 yards for the Cardinals, and lucky that didn't end up in the Chiefs' hands altogether.
Yeah, just a miscue there. Strickland unable to get a grip on the football. Chiefs were quick to pursue it. Set up a 2nd and 14 for the Cardinals. Tied up at 7 here. 7:05 left to go here in the first quarter. Two wide receivers here on the near side.
Trey Turner and Holden Johnson line up on the left side. In a wing is Gabe Johnson. And Mason Williams on the carry, the dive back that time. Trying to give the Chiefs some different formations to look at it here early.
Paint Chips and Glitter Boutique at 110 West Broadway in Webb City. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 10:30 to 5:30. Fridays, 10:30 to 5. Saturdays, 10 to 3. Offering ladies' clothing, jewelry, accessories, and more. They also carry Webb City shirts, accessories, and other spirit wear as well. Learn more online at bcgboutique.com. Proud to support the Cardinals.
3rd and 12 for the Cardinals. Williams in the backfield behind Strickland. Johnson in motion left to right. The pitch to Williams. He has a blocker out in front. He'll turn the corner at the 45, out of bounds near the 42-yard line, and picks up the first down. They go to the wide side of the field that time. Good block by Gabe Johnson out there.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt when you've got a great block in front. And we talked about the Cardinals being able to get to that width though this one's going to be backed up as we've got a flag on the far side. It's a hold on the Cardinals, so back them up from the spot of the foul.
This one will come back 10 yards from the spot, and we'll redo third down now.
Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Burpo Family Chiropractic, Arth Wealth Management, 4W Middle Building Supply, Dairy Queen of Webb City, and Crowder College, all proud sponsors of tonight's broadcast.
3rd and 19 for Strickland out of the shotgun. Has Hurd down the field. He's got Holden Johnson, who makes the catch. And down inside the 40-yard line on a great crossing route that time out of the slot. Holden Johnson, we talked about it a couple weeks ago in the opening game. Great hands that Holden Johnson has and his height. And Strickland delivers the perfect ball that time. And Cardinals overcome the holding penalty and now have a first down at the 39 of the Chiefs. Strickland back to throw again. He'll scramble to his right. Gets to the 35, the 30, inside the 30, and out of bounds near the 29-yard line.
When we talk about Mr. Strickland, usually on the corner side, the defensive side of the football, rather playing corner, but no stranger to quarterback. Seen him coming up through the freshman and sophomore and JV ranks, plenty capable in the senior quarterback that time. Making the right read, not trying to force anything after he had to get out of the pocket and was able to pick up a first down.
Abel Getz checks in as an extra running back now. Strickland under center. And early movement by the Cardinals out of their stance that time. And a mistake that time. That was Gavin Carbonell, I believe, or maybe Getz may have moved early.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. You can also check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org and get the latest scores from games around the area as they're happening.
3 in the backfield behind Strickland. He wants to pitch it. He'll keep it around the corner. Now pitches late, and that's Mason Williams down near the 21-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Strickland kept it as long as he could that time before he made the late pitch, and you like the relationship that Mason Williams maintained with his quarterback there.
Yeah, does a nice job of staying in that pitch lane, doesn't get too wide, doesn't get too narrow to where the defender can attack both guys at the same time. Great job there as Cardinals 2nd and 3 now at the Kickapoo 21.
3 in the backfield once again behind Strickland. And the give this time is to, that was Drake Claiborne, the sophomore running back, 6'2", 203. Good-sized young man for playing that running back position. And Coach McFarland talked about getting him involved along with Getz, who comes in now. Johnson, Getz, and Williams in the backfield. 3rd and 1 for the Cardinals. They go quickly. And on the sneak that time, Strickland will have it. Really, the center and the quarterback are the only two guys that needed to know the snap count, I guess. And he picked up the first down with ease. He'll have 1st and 10 now near the 16-yard line. Cardinals driving on their second possession offensively, and so far pretty efficient in what they've been trying to run.
Yeah, able to do what they want for the most part, aside from some penalties here on this drive. Strickland will go under center, 3 in the backfield with him.
Wants to throw. Now looking to run. He's got a man wide open and into the end zone.
Mason Williams.
Williams on the catch. They leaked Carnes down the seam that time out of his tight end position, and you saw the corner bite on that. Williams comes out of the backfield almost late, and Strickland on the scramble, little RPO type look, able to find Mason Williams for the touchdown, first touchdown throw of the season. Now Castro on for the extra point. Strickland puts it down. Castro puts it through the uprights, and the Cardinals lead it 14-7 with 3:50 left here in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout, come back with more football after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
So Maggie, just to be clear, this personalized RVest blueprint tells us literally when we can retire with a plan to get there?
Yep. Whoa, that's
helpful. Very helpful.
Retirement planning made easy. RVest Wealth Management. Ready to help.
Cardinals score in 9 plays, a 79-yard drive, a 16-yard pass to Mason Williams for the touchdown, and the kickoff goes out of bounds, and the Chiefs will have it 1st and 10 after the penalty is assessed here by our referee Dave Cox, and Chiefs set to take the field here in just a moment. While we have a moment, we'll tell you about some of our scores around the area.
And we mentioned the final draft scoreboard show around the COC. We've got Neosho leading at 7-0 over Lebanon. In Carthage, it's Glendale 7, Carthage 7. And your Webb City Cardinals here lead at 14-7, 3:50 left to go here in the first quarter.
Our first look at the Chiefs offense. Brooks hands it off to Fowler, goes around the right side and bundled up after a short game. Mason Young on the tackle. Fowler we saw in the kickoff return that gave the Chiefs their first touchdown. Certainly not a guy you want to see get loose as they go along here. Cardinals lead at 14-7 with 3:20 left here in the first quarter. Brock Brooks, the junior quarterback, 6'3", 200 pounds. And he wants to throw. Now will come loose. A couple of flags. Should be a hold of some kind on the Chiefs. Those flags thrown early. Dave Cox, our referee, will assess this one, and that'll bring this one back. Brooks wanted to throw down the field, something they were successful with throughout the game last year and had a couple of explosive touchdowns so far this year, averaging about 140 yards a game through the air, or 130 yards through the air, 86 on the ground, talking about the Kickapoo Chiefs. Now Brooks will look at his wristband as play call comes in from the sideline. Nate Thomas, their head coach. The give to Fowler wants to get around the left side, still going wide. Cardinals chasing him, run out of bounds near the 46-yard line.
Cardinals had a chance to get to him in the backfield, but able to use his speed to get around the edge, and Cardinals just had to eventually force him all the way to the sideline. The penalty helps. Cardinals still don't give up too much yardage. Still a 3rd and 9 here for the Chiefs. We'll see what they draw up. 2:38 left to go here in the first quarter.
Signals coming in from the sideline to the offensive unit for the Kickapoo Chiefs. They trail the Cardinals 14-7. Fowler lined up at a wide receiver this time in the slot. Their big tight end, Christian, as well. And nearly intercepted. Reading the eyes of the quarterback all the way that time. Oh, my, what an opportunity that was. He might have been running to the end zone. That was Briar Robinson, I believe, Justin. Or Carson Myers, rather. And that'll force the Kickapoo Chiefs to punt on 4th and 9. Golden opportunity there. Cardinals will send 2 men deep to receive the punt.
It's blocked.
And blocked. Cardinals pick up the loose football and fall on it near the 23-yard line.
I believe it was River Linker that got through and blocked it, and then he's the guy that knows where the ball was going and fell on it himself. Gives the offense great field position. Ball at the Kickapoo 22-yard line. So you talk about defense not capitalizing on an interception. River says, don't worry, boys, I got you. He blocks the punt and then recovers it himself. And Cardinals, as we mentioned, in great field position, a chance to score before the quarter ends here. They lead at 14-7, 2:27 left to go here in the first quarter.
Cardinals make a special teams play, and now Strickland under center. He'll give it this time on the dive to Mason Williams. Picks up about 5 yards there, but we talked about it in our pregame about how important special teams was. Chiefs get a kickoff return for a touchdown. Cardinals answer that special teams play with a blocked punt and great field position. Short field now for the offense, and they've got to take advantage. Strickland looks over the line, now gets under center. And a give to Williams. He'll get across, be down near the 10-yard line. Should be enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cardinals with 1:45 left here in the first quarter.
Five-Star Food Equipment would like to let the Cardinals know they are proud of them, offering over 300 brands of food equipment and supplies, parts, and services to Joplin and the surrounding area. Five-Star Food Equipment, 417-624-1100. Proud to support the Cardinals on KNEO.
Strickland back under center. Rolls right. Has a man open. And that's Mason Williams as the ball got to him just in time. They knock him out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and goal now from the 4. And you can just see the comfortability of Braden Strickland right now running the offense, and particularly with the passing game as well. Holden Johnson in there now at one receiver. In the slot is Robinson. 2 in the backfield behind Strickland. That's Johnson and Williams. He rolls right, pitches to Gabe Johnson, and that time knifing through there. The Chiefs had that one read perfectly and making a nice stop that time for the Chiefs. Easton Hoffman. It'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 5. You run it or throw it here. Cardinals will send Trey Turner wide left. Slade Hurd in the slot. Strickland on the late pitch to Johnson, trying to get to the corner, and he's in for the touchdown.
Well, Scott, you talk about late. Braden Strickland half on the ground as he pitches that one out to Johnson, but we mentioned the relationship between the pitchman and the quarterback, and none more important there, as Johnson's got to stay in his lane and trust that Strickland's going to make the right play there. He does just that, as pitches it as late as he can, and then Johnson does the rest with his speed and athleticism, beats him to the pylon, and gives the Cardinals another score here in the first quarter. Kick by Castro is up and good. Cardinals lead it 21-7, 39 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
And we'll go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout here. Back with more Cardinal football after this. You're listening to Cardinal football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Webb City Sports is sponsored by Nick Myers, certified public accountant, located in Webb City at 2nd and Main, next door to City Hall, offering tax preparation and planning for personal and business taxes. Plus, they offer bookkeeping services and QuickBooks setup and training services. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nick Myers CPA at 2nd and Main in Webb City, with offices also in Joplin and Anderson. More information online at nickmyerscpa.com or 417-673-4200.
And the kickoff by the Cardinals. It's a short kick, and the Chiefs will pick it up, and they'll have it 1st and 10 near the 30-yard line. They trail the Cardinals 21-7 with 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. And so far offensively, the Cardinals have overcome a couple of mistakes, but otherwise good execution, good blocking up front, backs understanding what they need to do, and got to be impressed with Braden Strickland so far in his first start of the season. Brooks back out there for the Chiefs. And he keeps it this time. He faked it to Fowler. And a little quarterback power that time. Gets him about a yard as he trying to test that left side. You look at the running game of the Chiefs. They'll run some wide zone once in a while, and sometimes they'll ask the quarterback to read that defensive line and make his decision late. 2-by-1 look. Now receiver in motion on the jet sweep. And trying to turn the corner was Tevin Christian, the senior receiver, and the Cardinals run him out of bounds after just a short gain. Good control and good eyes by the defense.
I'll tell you what makes that play. Carson Myers gets into the backfield, doesn't necessarily make the play, but forces the runner to have to keep coming to the sideline where the help was. That'll be the end of the first quarter.
At the end of one, it's the Cardinals 21, the Kickapoo Chiefs 7. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, come back with second quarter action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
For over 100 years, Webb City has trusted Simpson Funeral Home for all of their death care needs. Simpson Funeral Home dignifies lives well lived through customizable cremation and burial plans, as well as pre-need funeral plans and monument design. Simpson Funeral Home, now offering pet cremation services, has 2 locations to serve you: 400 West Dougherty Street in Webb City and 101 North Main Street in Carl Junction. Call or text 417-673-2411 or visit online at simpsonfh.com.
Are you a professional roofer? I am the professional.
You could use a fly-by-night company, but you probably shouldn't.
At NY Construction and Roofing, we're here for the 4 states. Let us make your next project my project.
And we welcome you back to Cardinal Stadium here as the Kickapoo Chiefs pick up a first down. Now get out to the 48-yard line, bringing up 2nd and 5 as we start the second quarter here at Cardinal Stadium, John Roderick Field. Webb City Cardinals lead the Kickapoo Chiefs 21-7. Cardinals taking advantage of that short field after the turnover on the block punt to end that first quarter, scoring a 5-yard run by Gabe Johnson, his second touchdown of the evening. Brooks rolling right, looking down the field. He'll throw it out of bounds, and that'll bring up 3rd and 5 for Kickapoo as the Cardinals continue to put some pressure on Brooks in the backfield, and good coverage that time as well down the field. We saw a completion earlier to their big tight end Brody Wilson for a first down. Now Brooks leading his troops back from the left hash. Looks to the sideline for the signal. From the shotgun, Brooks wants to throw. Looking down the middle, nearly intercepted again by the Cardinals. And Ethan Keller, I believe, the defender that time, went right through his hands, but you get enough of those knockdowns, you figure sooner or later one of them's going to stick in the glove, Justin.
Well, Brooks put some heat on that one, trying to fire it into triple coverage almost. So coming in a little hot there for the linebacker Ethan Keller, but nonetheless, Cardinals force a fourth down. Punt will be from the Kickapoo 48.
And it's a fake punt. Chiefs get to the 45, the 40. And down near the 33-yard line. Great execution by the Chiefs as Cooper Langston, the senior fullback, took the snap that time. Cardinals not ready for it, and another big special teams play by the Chiefs.
And you talk about execution. Punter's job there is to fake like it's over his head. Everybody steps to him. And then fullback able to run through the middle, pick up big yardage into Cardinal territory for the first down. Ball at the Cardinal 34-yard line now as we're into the second quarter, 21-7. The Cardinals lead at 10:20 left to go here in the half.
Nate Thomas, the head coach of the Chiefs, pulling out all the stops here early with the 2-score deficit. Brooks in the shotgun. Rolls to his right, and before that play could unfold, delay a game against the Kickapoo Chiefs.
Johnson Real Estate and Consulting and Keller Williams Realty have been serving the real estate needs of our local communities for over 20 years. For all your real estate needs, call Steve Johnson at 417-850-7391 or Dustin Johnson's 417-291-7706. Proud to support the Cardinals.
First and 15 from the 38. Brooks rolling right. Looks to the sideline and in and out of the arms of another Cardinal defender. Coleman breaking up the pass that time. Braylon Coleman, the sophomore defensive back.
And Cardinal D-backs getting great linebackers as well, getting great reads on the passing game, just unable to haul it in. And the old adage there is there's a reason that you're on the defensive side of the ball and not a wide receiver.
Well, they'll get reminded of that, I'm sure, by a teammate or two before this one's over. We've got a long pause now on the sideline. And now a timeout called. We'll take it with you. Your Cardinals lead at 21-7 over the Kickapoo Chiefs. Back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
And we welcome you back as the Chiefs try to throw it all the way down the field. They had a double post that time, and the Cardinals come up with the interception in the end zone and give it back to their offense as the Chiefs going for all of it there on play action coming out of the timeout.
Cardinal defense finally gets the interception. Maybe they heard me up here about the fingers and took offense to it and said, hey, we got this one, and hauled it in, give the Cardinals the ball at the 20-yard line. Braden Strickland and company out there. Trey Turner in motion to the far side. They'll hand it off to Mason Williams, or rather Gabe Johnson up the middle.
Gabe Johnson, the lead runner that time, gets up to the 30-yard line. He'll be close to a first down, and they'll move the chains. It is a first down. As the Cardinals, that could have been a touchdown or an interception. It was a fight for the football in the air. Cardinals came down with it. Now Holden Johnson will line up wide right. Two backs in the backfield behind Strickland. They give to Johnson again. He'll get across the 35, or that was Mason Williams rather, to the 37-yard line.
You can download
36-yard line rather.
You can download the KNEO iPhone or Android phone app at kneo.org. The KNEO iPhone and Android phone apps are sponsored by the Webb City Booster Club. You can also listen to the Webb City Cardinals sports on your smart speaker. Just say, Alexa, play the KNEO Sports Network.
Receivers left and right for the Cardinals. Strickland back under center, wants to throw. Turner going long and leaps over everybody, catches it near the 35-yard line. They'll drag him down near the 33. And there's another one of the kind of throws that you know Trey Turner's been waiting for a couple of games now. Just throw it up, let me go get that jump ball.
Well, that's the play you've seen on the basketball. Usually ends at the rim, and he's throwing it down. That time he throws it up there, and Braden Strickland puts it where only he can go get it, and Trey Turner does the rest, picks up a first down inside Kickapoo territory.
1st and 10 at the 33. Strickland wants to throw again, looking for Holden Johnson this time, near the sideline. And out of bounds, incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10. Ideally, you want that just a little bit inside. Talking about the route that time by Johnson. Give yourself room to catch it over the outside shoulder. They'll bring in Carnes. Add a tight end. Strickland under center. Two backs in the backfield, Johnson and Williams. They'll go wide this time to Johnson. He spins, gets near the 27-yard line, and be about 4 yards short of the first down. 8 minutes and 7 seconds left here in the second quarter, and the Cardinals leading 21-7 over the Kickapoo Chiefs. Strickland right back under center. They give this time to Johnson. Cuts it back to his left. He's gone. And a touchdown for the Cardinals. Little counteraction that time. You could see the blocking up front, a little power game almost, and Johnson cutting back to his left. And now an injury on the field. One of the Cardinals hurt after the play before they can attempt this extra point. And as they attend to him, we're going to go ahead and take a timeout here. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. Back with more Cardinal football after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Proud to support the Cardinals and serve the Webb City and surrounding areas is Madison Pet Clinic. Located at 1631 South Madison in Webb City, they specialize in pet surgery, wellness exams, and vaccinations. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 5:30 and Saturday 8 to noon. Madison Pet Clinic is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals. 673-2455 or online at madisonpetclinic.com. Go Cardinals!
Castro on for the extra point. Strickland to hold after the Gabe Johnson touchdown run. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. The Cardinals lead it 28-7 after a 6-play scoring drive. Cards go 80 yards and a 27-yard touchdown run by Gabe Johnson, his third touchdown of the night.
Pam Drake at Roderick Insurance Agency, proud to support the Webb City Cardinals. Roderick Insurance Agency has served the area since 1945, is located at 108 North Main Street in Webb City, offering insurance plans including auto, home, business, and more from a variety of companies. For more information, 417-673-1242 or online at RoderickInsuranceAgency.com.
The Cardinals' offense has been clicking tonight, and Strickland in there at quarterback doing his best to keep it efficiently running, and it's been that combination of the threat of the pass. We saw a big pass play to Trey Turner on that drive, and then the running of Williams and Johnson to finish it off. Cardinals will kick it short again to the 30-yard line. And taken down there, Langston, I believe it was, for the Chiefs. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. They trail the Cardinals 28-7 with 7:41 left in the second quarter.
Proudly supporting the Cardinals, Baker Davis Roderick CPAs. BDR and provides payroll, bookkeeping, and bill payment services for churches and small businesses. Baker Davis Roderick, located at 920 East 15th Street in Joplin. For more information, 417-782-0829 or online at www.bdrcpas.com.
Brock Brooks, the quarterback for the Chiefs, in the shotgun, gives it to his running back, Phillips, that time, and he picks up big yardage. Poor tackling there by the Cardinals early, and picking up the first down. Brooks looks over at his sideline, now comes back, relays the call to the rest of his offense. Big tight end Brody Wilson still waiting for the call, now lines up on the tight end right. Brooks out of the shotgun. Cardinals with a three-man line, bring a fourth, and tripped up in the backfield that time. Or he might have been running for a while. Phillips on the carry. No gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 10 from the 46.
The Cardinals do a nice job of stuffing it there at the line.
Almost a run blitz that time. They show the three-man look, four backers in there, or three backers in there for the Cardinals, two safeties deep. As the Chiefs go 2 by 1, they'll bring Wilson in motion. And now keeping it is Brooks. They didn't fake the Cardinals out at all. And you could tell there was a timing issue on that play. The Chiefs out of sync a little bit, didn't get the lead block they wanted by the time Brooks made the decision to take off running.
Yeah, and Cardinals did a nice job. Got enough pressure in the backfield that forced Brooks to try to stretch that wide, and by the time he did, the Cardinals were waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. Maybe going to give him a half a yard, it looked like, on the spot.
Brooks going to have to come out of the ball game. Turner Hale will come in at quarterback. The 6'5", 185-pound sophomore. Couldn't tell if something happened to his helmet, just an equipment issue. Hale rolls right, looking down the field now, being chased and tackled for a loss.
River Linker, I believe, the linebacker that got back there quick.
Linker in pursuit early that time, and he wasn't let go of the waist of Mr. Hale that time. That'll bring up 4th and 15, and the Kickapoo Chiefs will have to punt this one away. 2 men deep for the Cardinals. Cardinals block this one, and now they got to find the football. Still loose near the 29-yard line, and the Cardinals come up with the possession. on their second block of the evening. And they've either scouted something in this punting alignment of the Chiefs, or it's just great execution all the way around. Second block of a punt this evening by the Webb City Cardinals.
Yeah, doing a great job of getting penetration. And to your point, Scott, seeing something where they can knife through and make plays, and your offense always going to be happy when they get to start a drive at the 30-yard line.
Holden Johnson, Bri Robinson on the left side. Quarterback Strickland gives it to Williams. He's still panning his way forward with some help from his lineman. Gus Carnes, the tight end, giving him a little extra block out front as well.
Well, when you talk about keeping the legs moving, that's the picturesque moment that you're gonna show young guys in terms of keeping your legs going as guys get bodies around you. Williams was hit at about the 18-yard line or so and carried guys another six or 7 yards into the 11.
1st and 10 from the 11. Cardinals can get a first down without scoring. Slade Hurd lined up on the far left as a receiver, two in the backfield behind Strickland. And the quick give to Williams down near the 3-yard line. He fell to his knees and then dove across, but they'll mark him down near the 1. And let's see if it's 1st and goal from there. We'll look at the head linesman to see what he does with the chains. And I think it's 2nd and a foot, they'll call it. He's just short of the 2-yard line. Strickland with Williams and Johnson in the backfield. He'll go wide this time. Inside cuts Mason Williams after the pitch from Strickland, and the Cardinals have another touchdown. Mason Williams on the 2-yard score. They lead at 34-7 with the extra point to come. And once again, good blocking up front. They get a seal on that left side, and then you're threatened. Do you take the wide pitch man? They had two guys out there. Strickland had his choice. Castro on for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Cardinals lead at 35-7 with 3:57 left in the second. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Back with more Cardinal football after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
Welcome back to Cardinal Stadium at John Roderick Field. The Webb City Cardinals lead the Kickapoo Chiefs 35-7 with 3:57 left here in the second quarter. A 2-yard run by Mason Williams for the score on this last drive by the Cardinals after another block punt. Gives the Cardinals a short field. The squib kick this time. Picked up by the Chiefs fullback. And Langston down near the 33-yard line. The Chiefs will start their offense there. The Cardinals' defense so far getting off the field on 3rd down has been a key, Justin, because they've resulted in 2 blocked punts on 4th down.
Yeah, defense doing what you want them to do in terms of making plays and forcing Kickapoo into 3rd and long situations that maybe they're not comfortable with. Kickapoo taking all the time they can to talk about it here.
We'll find out if Brooks is back out there at quarterback. And no, he is not. So Hale, who came in on the last series just for the one play on 3rd down, Turner Hale, the 6'5" sophomore, and he'll hand it off in a backfield to Javen Mack gets across the 36-yard line near the 37. Picks up about 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Reeves Tire and Automotive, Papa John's Pizza of Webb City, Bill's Electric Incorporated, Cool School Shop, Head Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home, Nick Myers CPA, all proud sponsors of tonight's broadcast.
You got to wonder if the play calls change at all with Hale in there now for the Chiefs, trailing 35-7. And the give to Mack one more time, bottled up in the backfield. Might have picked up half a yard. Good pursuit once again by the Cardinals defensive line, and then the linebackers just rallying to the football.
When you mentioned Hale, just a sophomore, good-sized kid at 6'5", 185, but you wonder how much experience he's had leading an offense on a Friday night, especially down 28 points here as the clock continues to wind in the second. So see what the Kickapoo Chiefs draw up for him.
Hale takes the snap, gives to Mack one more time. This time he gets through the initial contact across the 40 near the 44-yard line. And he'll have just enough for the first down.
You talk about the play calling, and Cardinals going to have to force, or are going to force the hand of the Kickapoo Chiefs here. At some point, you're down 28 points. You got to start throwing if you want any chance to be in this ball game. Hale stays out there at quarterback, runs all the way to the sideline, comes back out. 15 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah, I got to think Coach Thomas just trying to get to the locker room right now. Wants to throw, does Hale, floats it out there for his fullback. Cooper Langston, the intended receiver, the 5'10", 210-pound fullback. But I think the change you're seeing is with Brooks in there, the experienced quarterback, they were able to use hand signals for the play calling. Now you're seeing Hale having to get to the sideline to get the verbal call from his coach. As he comes back to the huddle now, and 2nd and 10 for the Kickapoo Chiefs from the 44, 2:14 left in the first half. Hale, the handoff, and busting through the line is Phillips, the junior running back. He'll pick up a couple of yards, bring up 3rd and 3. And we want to thank our great camera operators tonight. Not only Drew Woodmansey up here with us, but Grayson Smith, Connor Ross, Nick Wade, and Logan Dye. If you're enjoying those camera shots, those are the guys responsible for it. So thanks for the excellent work. Hale in the shotgun on 3rd and 3. Gives it to his running back, Phillips. And he couldn't turn the corner. He'll be short of the first down, I believe. It'll bring up 4th and 3. And we'll see if Coach Thomas wants to go for it here with 1:19. They may let this clock run all the way down and then kick it away. They certainly don't want to see another block punt, but also don't want to give it back to the Cardinals offense at all if possible.
And while we kill some clock here, proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Missouri State Representative Bob Bromley is honored to serve the citizens of the 162nd District, including the towns of Carl Junction and Webb City. State Representative Bob Bromley would like to congratulate all the area teams on their hard work.
And the Chiefs take a timeout, but we'll keep it here as the Cardinals huddle on their sideline, and Kickapoo Chiefs decide what they're going to do on 4th and 4. They actually lost a yard on that last play, and be interesting to see what the coaching decision here is for the Chiefs. As we said, the Cardinals have exposed some weakness in their line when they've gotten into their punt formation. So we'll see if they keep the offensive unit in there, or if they send a punter in and try to punt one deep, try to pin the Cardinals. It'll be Hale in at quarterback, so they keep their offense on the field. This is one of those could be anything plays. See if they try to go deep here. Cardinals show pressure from the left side. Hale back to throw. Hitch and go. Down the field, but out of bounds. Never got it to his receiver. He wanted Tevin Christian, who was open for a moment. Instead, incomplete pass out of bounds gives the Cardinals an opportunity one more time here in the first half with 41 seconds left. The ball spotted at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and why not? If you're the Cardinals, 41 seconds left. You still got all three your timeouts. Kickapoo getting the ball coming out of the half. We'll see how aggressive Coach McFarland wants to be here.
Strickland under center, two backs in the backfield. And a quick give that time to the dive back. And pick up of 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. Clock running. Cardinals do not have to run a play if they don't want to. They'll get to the line with 15 seconds left in the half. And counter play. Rolling right is Strickland. Throws it at a receiver, but in the ground. He wanted Gus Carnes that time on a little out route. Kind of had to short arm that one with pressure in his face, and 7.1 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if the Cardinals try one more pass play here. Malachi Narogi checks in at a wide receiver right. Strickland under center. And give it off the left side for a short gain, and that will end the first half. At the end of the second quarter, it's the Webb City Cardinals 35, Kickapoo Chiefs 7. I invite you to stay tuned for our halftime show, brought to you by Simpson Funeral Home. And we'll come back with our second half action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Simpson Funeral Home has been serving the local area for over 100 years and is happy to serve local families during their time of need. With 2 locations, 400 West Doherty Street in Webb City and 101 North Main Street in Carl Junction, owners Austin and Amanda Simpson and their licensed staff can be reached at 417-673-2411. Simpson Funeral Home, a proud backer of the Webb City Cardinals.
Proud to be a part of our local communities is BEI, Bills Electric Incorporated, serving the 4-state area for over 60 years with locations in Webb City, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, Lowell, Arkansas, and Claremore, Oklahoma. They specialize in commercial, industrial, and residential electrical projects in the 4-state area. For employment or company information, their website is BEIJoplin.com or 417-624-6660. Bills Electric Incorporated is proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Welcome to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. The Cardinal Minute is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Webb City Cardinals.
Welcome to another edition of the Cardinal Minute. I'm Justin Boudreau, joined today by head boys soccer coach John Black. John, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me here today.
And no stranger to the Webb City soccer program or soccer community as a whole taking over for Nick Harmon, though, as he left for greener pastures in the admin side. So first year as a head coach, but like I said, no stranger to the program. Talk to us a little bit about your journey to this moment.
I started coaching most like everybody else with the children about 15 years ago, and then I got into club. I ran a club here at Webb City. We had about 85 kids. And then I got the call from Nick Harmon about 8 years ago now, and came in on as assistant JV or the JV coach, assistant to him, and then had a wonderful 7 years. And then he departed us, and I went ahead and stepped up into the big shoes.
And you talk about that being the assistant the last 7 years, so no stranger to the program, no stranger to the kids that are coming through right now. helps you build a little bit as you start to kind of weave your own path as a head coach. Talk to us a little bit about this squad. Currently, I know graduated some big pieces off the back line and some scoring threats. So now putting these pieces together, what does that look like for you in year one? And then what are the goals as you step forward for the rest of the season?
Definitely. So basically, we have all the pieces, but I just got to find where they all fit.
Sure.
That's the big thing. We did lose some, but I think we have some boys that's stepping up that could fill those shoes. But it's about me and my staff figuring out which ones are the ones in that position and finding the motivation and get them going. Because I tell you now, it's going to be a lot of fun watching these boys play, win, lose, or draw on that, because they got some hunger. That's something I haven't seen in a while. So,
well, John, we appreciate your time. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Cardinal Minute, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Webb City Cardinals.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A nonprofit organization, a sponsor of high school sports.
It's time for the Freeman Sports Health Minute. The Freeman Sports Team is proud to serve as the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges.
It's time for another Health Minute here on KNEO. Adam Winkler here with you, joined by Mylene Ray. She is a trainer with Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And today's topic is, what is a torn MCL?
The MCL, it's a ligament which is an elastic type of tissue, and it connects bone to bone. The MCL is located in the knee, specifically the MCL, which stands for medial collateral ligament. Medial meaning it's closest to the midline of the body. So if you draw a line from the top of your head down between your feet, on the insides of your knees, it's that ligament that runs up and down and crosses that joint line, crosses that knee joint line. And so when an athlete has a torn or sprained MCL, a lot of the times that is suffered from a contact to the outside of the knee. So if you think of a football player that gets tackled and hit from the outside of the knee, it causes that stress on that MCL, on that ligament there. Sometimes it can be caused by a planted foot that's, twisted as well. And so it is an acute injury. And a lot of times treatment, of course, we do the RICE compression, just work on trying to control the swelling. The good thing with this particular ligament injury is it's a lot of times, the majority of the times, it's not going to be surgical. A lot of times we can just brace the athlete and get them back out playing. That's with, of course, taking some time off, depending on how severe the injury is, you might have to do some physical therapy or work with your athletic trainer to get some strength back. But for the most part, a sprain like this, or an injury like this, you can recover, anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks. We'll get them back.
For the Freeman Sports Health Minute, I'm Adam Winkler. Webb City Cardinal fans, Express RX of Webb City is located at 101 West Doherty and is proud to support the Webb City Cardinals. Open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 9 to 1. They offer services such as pill packaging, plus prescription delivery or drive-through. They also have a mobile app where customers can manage their prescriptions and refills. Express RX of Webb City, 417-392-6039. Go Cardinals!
Strategy, focus, details. It's time to go inside the Cardinals playbook. Here's Scott Boudreau.
And we welcome you to another edition of Inside the Cardinals Playbook. Tonight I'm visiting with Dr. Allison Murphy-Pope, Assistant Superintendent of Webb City School District. And first, let's just talk about your journey to get to Webb City after all your 28 years in education.
Well, I would say my experience with Webb City started in high school. I came over here and played basketball because Webb City girls basketball was really good at the time, and our team was looking for competitive players. At that time, you had Stacey Randolph, Heather Lundeen over here. So Webb City kind of started on my radar back in high school. And then in college, I had several friends, Chance Winstrom being one of those. And everybody from Webb City always bragged about Webb City, very proud of their hometown, very proud of their school. After college, I hit Kansas City in the high school arena for a little bit, about 15 years. And then I came back to Aurora Junior High to move back home to Southwest Missouri. I'm originally from Marionville. And at the end of the journey as a junior high principal, I became the superintendent at Hurley. And I was there for 7 years. And then I had an opportunity to come over to an all-star district, and I leapt for joy, and I was on my way over here. And this is going to be my last stop.
When you look at what you've experienced so far here in Webb City, what are some of the strengths of this school district in the area of your expertise curriculum, which is what you're responsible for partly here?
When I think about strengths, it's the excellence, the expectation that we have for our kids and for our faculty, and then it's also how much we care about one another and encourage one another to meet those standards on that journey, because everybody's journey is a little bit different and how quickly, but we do an amazing job of lifting each other up and ensuring that we all keep that common goal.
Talk to me a little bit about your areas of responsibility, no longer walking the hallways, but obviously very involved with teachers and even with students to some extent.
So most of what I do is on the curriculum and instruction side, also a little bit with assessment. I know that's not the popular one. And so the biggest influences that have happened recently is last year we wrapped up the Portrait of a Cardinal. And the purpose behind that was to get the input from all of the stakeholders, including our community and our parents, about what they wanted every Webb City Cardinal to graduate with, what were those traits and those skills. And I mean, it was very impactful to listen to what they were coming together in consensus on. And one of those I'll come back around to is financial literacy, and then also grit and perseverance. And so we started a math audit to really look at where our math programming were, because, you know, we've had a few dips over the years, and one program that we've had for a very long time was everyday math. But as time has progressed, we lost some of our amazing teachers, our veteran teachers, to retirement, and that's always a tough transition. And as we were bringing in newer staff members, we weren't giving them all of the training they needed for that background knowledge to be as successful as those veterans. I mean, it's really hard when you lose a 30-year and you go to a second or third year. You really have to find time to give them the extra tools that those other 30 years grasped over time. And so when we went through that math program audit, we really worked through what are some of our gaps, what are some of our strengths, what are some of our weaknesses, and the professional learning opportunities for our new staff was one of the big ones, and this year we're getting to implement that. But also as part of that group, we really looked at what were the things we used to do that worked really well, and what are the things we do now that work well. Because what happens sometimes in education is we try to drop things for the next shiny thing, and what we want to do is we wanted to look at what was tried and true. I mean, what was important, and one of the things we talked a lot about is fact fluency. There was a time frame where everybody said drop it, because calculators, everybody's going to have a calculator, and of course you have one on your cell phone. But the reality is you have to train your brain to think, and to be able to think quickly. There's things you can do with your brain that no matter what, your fingers on the calculator aren't going to do it. And so simple multiplication facts come into an impact when you're in high school and you're trying to factor numbers down. And if a kid's trying to divide everything by the number 2, now you're taking something that's going to take 5 minutes. It could have happened in less than 30 seconds in your brain. And we were also wanting to look at what the impact was on technology on our scores. And because a lot of things in technology make our lives easier, we would let kids practice fact fluency on iPads or Chromebooks or other tools along the way. But what was happening is they're not retaining the information. And it comes back to what's happening on our long-term memory strategies and in our working memory. And for those of us that are older, we remember memorizing phone numbers, and there are certain ways that we learn to memorize phone numbers, and that was in patterns. And there's a reason why you get a 3-digit area code, and then the 3 local code, and then the 4 digits at the end. It's the same way when you learn your social security number. I mean, if you tried to put all those numbers together at once, so you put them together in patterns, and we learn to memorize those things, and it's why we can still recall those today. Well, what has happened with technology is our kids have nothing in their working memory or in their long-term memory. Everything is accessible on a phone, so they never know the information right away. They have to look for it. And so we were trying to figure out what impact that was having on our scores. And we decided that was a huge impact, especially at the secondary level. Kids would be able to master a concept in the unit we taught it, but then 3 units later, they couldn't recall any of that. And so we really think about this holistically, that this is a bigger problem than just math. So one of the things we did do was we pulled technology out of the math process. And so we're going back around to math games. And so in the elementary levels, you should hear kids playing a lot of games. And so they'll be playing their own version of Go Fish when they're trying to find patterns with numbers and being able to put multiples together. And all the way up through high school, you'll see a removal of the technology. And we're going to go back to the heart of teaching. And we're going to take our great teachers who are the most impactful on student learning and bring that back around to kids.
I think all those things are so valuable, and obviously a lot of the old timers are going to say, way to go, thanks for improving today's kid, because all of us obviously are very interested in the next generation. Finally, I want to ask you the relationship between sports and academic achievement. Obviously, you're a person that was very successful. You played basketball through high school, went on to play it in college. You know how strong the sports programs are here at Webb City. We're here at a football game on a Friday night. What's that relationship? How do they benefit each other?
There's so much tied to one another, because when you look at the sports arena, there's so much commitment and hard work, and it really teaches you how to be a part of a team, that you have to show up, that you have to come in and you have to give 110%. I think that's impactful on your whole life, but I also think on the student side of it, if you want to be a great player, you have to be a student of the game. And in order to be a student of the game, you have to be a quality student. You have to learn what are those skills and look for. I mean, what am I going to do when I watch film? Am I going to take notes? Am I going to be reflective? Or am I just going to watch it and just look, oh, so-and-so scored? It's about being able to break that down. And I think those two things coincide to make you a successful adult. Anything you can do above and beyond that requires that kind of time and dedication is going to be impactful in your future success. And I think when you look at a situation like where we are, at Webb City, I mean, there's an expectation for excellence. And so you're showing up when it's cold outside. You're showing up when it's rainy. And the biggest piece is you're showing up for each other. And I think sometimes when we look at cell phones or technology, you know, we weren't always showing up for each other. And so when you take these things into account, I'm showing up for my brothers next to me or my sisters next to me. And I am committed to making sure they're the best version of themselves and that I can be the best teammate that I can be. Those are life skills all the way through.
I want to thank you for joining us on Inside the Cardinals Playbook. Continued success to you. Look forward to more conversations with you. Keep up the good work here.
Thanks for having me. Go Cardinals.
You've been listening to Inside the Cardinals Playbook with Scott Boudreau. Tune in once again next week for another edition of Inside the Cardinals Playbook. Thank you for listening to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. The teams are headed back on the field. The third quarter is almost here. Back with more Cardinals football after this on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Body and Soul Transformation, located at 1703 Falcon Suite C in Webb City, is a 10,000 square foot, 24-hour fitness center and specialized personal training facility. They offer a variety of group fitness classes. They now accept silver sneakers and have classes for seniors. They also hold kids and youth events. They have something to offer everyone in the family and even have a kids zone for busy parents. Body and Soul Transformation in Webb City, 417-553-0757 or online at bodysoultransformation.com.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-221-6795 or online at proluberepair.com. BEI, Bills Electric Incorporated, has been serving the four-state area for over 60 years. With locations in Webb City, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, Lowell, Arkansas, and Claremore, Oklahoma, they specialize in commercial, industrial, and residential electric projects. Bills Electric is committed to providing the absolute best electrical repair and installation services to homeowners and businesses in the four-state area. Learn more information online at BEIJoplin.com. Bills Electric Incorporated is proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Simpson Funeral Home has been serving the local area for over 100 years and is happy to serve local families during their time of need. With 2 locations, 400 West Doherty Street in Webb City and 101 North Main Street in Carl Junction, owners Austin and Amanda Simpson and their licensed staff can be reached at 417-673-2411. Simpson Funeral Home, a proud backer of the Webb City Cardinals.
And
proud to be a part of our local communities is BEI, Bills Electric Incorporated, serving the four-state area for over 60 years with locations in Webb City, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, Lowell, Arkansas, and Claremore, Oklahoma. They specialize in commercial, industrial, and residential electrical projects in the four-state area. For employment or company information, their website is BEIJoplin.com or 417-624-6660. Bills Electric Incorporated is proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Drive to get that first score.
Yeah, really proud of our guys.
Welcome to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show.
Like we talked about, we just team to beat us.
The Cardinal Minute is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Webb City Cardinals.
Welcome to another edition of the Cardinal Minute. I'm Justin Boudreau, joined today by head boys soccer coach John Black. John, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me here today.
And no stranger to the Webb City soccer program or soccer community as a whole, taking over for Nick Harmon, though, as he left for greener pastures in the admin side. So first year as a head coach, but like I said, no stranger to the program. Talk to us a little bit about your journey to this moment.
I started coaching almost like everybody else with the children about 15 years ago, and then I got into club. I ran a club here at Webb City. We had about 85 kids. And then I got the call from Nick Harmon about 8 years ago now. And came in on as assistant JV, or the JV coach, assistant with him. And then had a wonderful 7 years. And then he departed us, and I went ahead and stepped up into the big shoes.
Had the reverse early, so big emphasis tonight was trying to get those two involved on our offense, and we've been able to do so.
Finally, let's talk special teams real quick. A couple of pump blocks never hurts to have that short field.
Yeah, let's talk special teams, and that kickoff return for a touchdown there to start the game wasn't exactly what we wanted. And that's the stuff, we can't have those kinds of letdowns, especially in special teams. But, we made up for it on the block punts, and proud of him for that. Got to teach him we can scoop and score on that, and we don't have to just try to get possession of the football.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back with second half action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Are you stressed because you don't have enough money or connections to get to where you want to go? Are you frustrated when you see your friends climbing the corporate ladder? Do you have too many bills and not enough income? Well, there is a person who understands exactly what you're going through, and the best part is, he wants to help you. That person is Jesus. Learn more. Call 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us live at needhim.org.
Considering a metal roof? Call the area experts, 4W Metal Building Supply. Metal roofs have long life and very low maintenance. At 4W Metal, you'll find help from the planning through completion. Call or come by today.
At 4W.
We welcome you back to our halftime show brought to you by Simpson Family Funeral Home. And we'll give you some of the first half stats. Our score 35-7. Cardinals with 16 first downs to just 4 for Kickapoo. Kickapoo 13 rushes for 60 yards. Cardinals 26 rushes for 237 yards. And Cardinals with 82 yards through the air to just 16 for the Kickapoo Chiefs. But the second half, you got to think like it's 0-0, Justin, as you get started here. And the Chiefs will receive the kickoff. And a dangerous return man who returned the first kickoff of the game back for a touchdown for the only score for the Chiefs. Amon Fowler, they haven't kicked to him since. There's another pooch kick. Picked up at the 23-yard line. And down quickly. Looked like Harris that time. And the Chiefs will start 1st and 10 from about the 28-yard line.
That Cardinal not going to make the same mistake twice and get it in Fowler's hands. I've left it short every time since then, and Cardinal defense will get back out there. Ball at the Kickapoo 28-yard line rather, as they start the second half. Cardinals 35-7 as we get the second half underway.
And Turner Hale in there at quarterback. He came in relief of Brody Brooks, who went out with an injury for the Chiefs. He'll hand off to Phillips around the left side, who gets to about the 34-yard line before he's rocked over there by a couple of Cardinals.
Well, and we talked about it in the first half. Hale, just a sophomore quarterback, but at some point you feel like the Kickapoo Chiefs are going to have to take a risk given the score line that keeps expanding. Cardinals up 28 here. Kickapoo Chiefs obviously not trying to get it all back in one throw, but the little nickel and dime running game is going to have to see sooner or later if you want to try to get yourself back in this ball game.
Yeah, you might expect them to go to Brody Wilson, their 6'4" tight end. Hale sends Wilson in motion left to right. Now he'll line up at a wing back, and a mix-up in the backfield that time. Hale finally gave the handoff, but you could tell the timing just off.
It looked like he turned one way. The run was coming from the other way, so I had to spin all the way back around to find his guy, and that delayed the play enough for the Cardinals to get into the backfield, a 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 now from the 35-yard line for the Chiefs as Hale comes back to the field in the shotgun. Single back behind him in the pistol. And the give to Mack. He'll get across the 37-yard line. And let's see if he got enough. A late flag over on the far sideline, and we'll see what this is about. Was after the play. Linesman coming in from the Kickapoo sideline. Appeared to have the first down near the 39, but we await the call of our referee, Dave Cox. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cardinals. Coach McFarland won't be happy about that. That'll give the first down and more, as they'll mark some extra yardage off against the Cardinals. And that's what you have to be leery of, I think, early in this third quarter. You want to stay sharp as a Cardinal defensive unit. That'll bring the ball all the way down to the Cardinal 46-yard line, and the Chiefs will have it 1st and 10 from there, trailing 35-7. Hale in the shotgun. And a give to Mack. Runs around the left side, bottled up there by the Cardinals after a short gain. Might have picked up a couple of yards, maybe a yard.
Proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Missouri State Representative Bob Bromley is honored to serve the citizens of the 162nd District, including the towns of Carl Junction and Webb City. State Representative Bob Bromley would like to congratulate all the area teams on their hard work.
Important for the Cardinal defense right now not to give hope to this Chiefs defense of Kickapoo. Hale in the shotgun, sends a man in the backfield. Now they'll bring it a sweep, and coming around, tackled near the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or two gain. Tevin Christian that time. Wasn't a pure jet sweep. I almost gave that one, tried to ask him to cut it right through the middle of the teeth of the Cardinals defense, and Cardinals having none of it. Brings up 3rd down and 8. So Cardinals trying to get off the field after the unsportsmanlike penalty. And a fake this time. Hale keeps it. And it gets across the 45 to the 44-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th down for the Chiefs. 4th and 8.
I think you feel like at this point, got to be in 4-down territory. You're on the other side of the 50. Doesn't necessarily hurt you or help you, rather to punt this ball away. And Hale will come back out there, marches troops out there, a 4th and 8 from the Cardinal 44-yard line.
He's in the shotgun. Let's see if they just try some kind of pooch kick with him. 2 receivers left, stacked over there. Mack with Phillips with a carry.
Going nowhere.
And stacked up by the Cardinal defense, and the Kickapoo Chiefs will give it up on downs after a solid stop by the Cardinal defense.
And I think that's what you wanted to see after giving up the unsportsmanlike. Pushes you back into your own territory, 15 yards. Cardinals make a series of stops on the next possession there and able to get the turnover. Big Nickel, Madison Pet Clinic, Roderick Insurance Agency, Price Family Insurance and Financial Services, all proud sponsors of tonight's broadcast.
Turner lines up near the Cardinal sideline at a receiver. Strickland on the give to Williams, gets across the 50 and down near the 49-yard line. And we heard Coach McFarland talk about it at halftime. One of the reasons they wanted to use Gabe Johnson in there tonight at running back was to allow him to be the pitch man on these wide plays. That also opens up the middle game as well for Mason Williams. We've seen some big runs out of him. Now Slade Hurd in here on the near side left. And the give to Mason Williams, nearly broke it away. Tackled at the 40-yard line, and his low center of gravity nearly got him a breakaway that time.
Well, you talk about trusting your guys up front. As soon as he hits that hole hard, he's already got a head of steam. His linemen have pushed the defensive line back up 5 yards or so. It's into that second level before anybody ever makes contact with him, and he's able to pick up the first down at the Kickapoo 40.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Now a pitch to Gabe Johnson to the 35. He spins, to the 32, now wrapped up by 3 Kickapoo Chiefs. Sometimes you see that spin away. That was a little bit of an inside spin that time, and Gabe Johnson showing all the moves right now. They'll mark him out at the 32-yard line, 2nd and 2 for the Cardinals, leading 35-7. The Cardinals happy to keep it on the ground. They'll line up Turner wide right this time. Rogie over there with him on the slot. The give to Johnson up the middle. He's gone. The 10, the 5, touchdown. Gabe Johnson.
You talk about being shot out of a cannon and nobody seeing him till the second line. I don't know that anybody on the Kickapoo Chiefs saw him. They were all watching the play to the right. Johnson comes flying through. There's a flag at the goal line.
We'll see if that's some kind of celebration penalty. But to your point, that's the beauty of the split back right there. You used to seeing Williams be your dive back. That time they use Williams. And as you said, he just shoots through the middle of the Kickapoo defense and off to the races in no time. Coach McFarland will get an explanation from our referee, Jeff Cox. The touchdown is good. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cardinals. ×2, says our referee, Dave Cox. We'll see how they assess this penalty. Kickapoo probably has the option to take this on the kickoff as opposed to just the extra point try. They'll ask head coach Nate Thomas of the Chiefs how he wants to have this one assessed to the Cardinals. Now Dave Cox talking to head coach Ryan McFarland on the near sideline for an explanation.
Well, we've got a sec. We'll tell you about one of our sponsors. Johnson Real Estate and Consulting, Keller Williams Realty have been serving the real estate needs of our local communities for over 20 years. For all your real estate needs, call Steve Johnson, 417-850-7391, or Dustin Johnson at 417-291-7706. Proud supporters of the Cardinals.
Normal setup for the extra point for Castro, so Chiefs likely going to take the penalty on the kickoff. The kick is up, and the kick is good. At 6:56 of the third quarter, the Cardinals lead at 42-7. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Back here with more Cardinal football after this. You're listening to Cardinal football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
4W Metal Building Supply. You've probably seen us. We're the company that provides red iron and post frame buildings, siding, garage doors, and more. Bring your plans or pictures. We'll help from start to finish. Call or come by.
At 4W.
And we welcome you back to Cardinal Stadium here on John Roderick Field as the Cardinals score on their first possession of the third quarter after stopping the Kickapoo Chiefs on 4th down. We're proud you've joined us tonight on KSN Channel 16 as well as KNEO and our Cardinal Sports Network here. The Cardinals, after the 30 yards worth of penalties, will kick off from the 13-yard line. Justin, I can tell you, I've seen a lot of football, watched a lot of football. I've never seen a kickoff this deep. So let's see what Mr. Aldrete can do for the Cardinals. And Kickapoo's all spread out. This might be one of those opportunities for an onside kick. You're on your side of the field already if you recover it. Well, there's a pooch kick to the 35 of the Chiefs. Picked up there coming up the middle and now running wide as Christian gets around that left side. Tevin Christian run out of bounds near the 41-yard line, and the Chiefs will be set up in great field position, but another flag on the return. We'll see if this backs up the Chiefs or if it was another penalty against the Cardinals special teams unit.
Glitz and Curves Boutique are proud to support the Webb City Cardinals. You can learn more about them and the products offered on their Facebook page. Glitz and Curves Boutique, a backer of the Webb City Cardinals.
Personal foul, face mask called on the Cardinals, and these are the kind of mental mistakes and penalties you don't want to see if you're the Cardinals coaches right now. You played a good first half, and you just got to be more disciplined than that and more precise than that in your play. Even though you lead 42-7 here with 6:35 left in the third quarter. Hale back in there at quarterback for the Kickapoo Chiefs. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the 26 of the Cardinals. He fakes the give, now throws it to Tevin Christian on a little slip screen that time that goes nowhere. Cardinals all over it. And we said when he came into the ball game, Justin, you know Turner Hale did not come into tonight, although he's the backup. You don't come into a big game like this expecting to have to relieve the starter as early as he did midway through that second quarter, now being asked to execute the offense. 2nd and 11, lose a yard on the play. Man in motion was Wilson. Now Hale gives it to Mack, and he gets loose and all the way to the end zone. A flag on the play. We'll see if the touchdown holds. Mack got loose on the edge that time and showed he's got a little speed to turn the corner. We'll see if this stands. Dave Cox, our referee, says it's a hold against the Kickapoo Chiefs. That may have been why they sprung him on the corner, Justin.
Oh, it helps to, when you get a little extra pull on the outside there to get to the outside corner, could, to your point, be why you see that extra speed on the outside. And middle of the second half here been a little sloppy from both teams with the penalties. Kickapoo Chiefs now back themselves up to a 2nd and 14. So instead of putting 6 on the board, they'll back it up and have a 2nd and 14.
Well, they're showing the Cardinals they're not quitting, and this Chiefs team still trying to make inroads in this ball game. There's the snap to Hale. He'll give it to Mack one more time. Gets around the left edge again. Another flag on the play on that Kickapoo sideline. This may be another hold. It was near the 24-yard line where the flag is. Dave Cox, with our referee, says it was a hold one more time.
Cardinal down on the far sideline, it looks like.
Cardinals have a man down, and while the trainers look after him, we'll give you some scores from around the area and keep it here.
Carthage leads at 28-7 over Glendale in the third. Neosho with a 41-10 lead over Lebanon. It was Willard 21, Waynesville 7 at the half. Nixa and Joplin in a tight one over there in Joplin. Nixa up 14-7. Last score from there was in the second quarter. Republic was having no problem with Ozark. They led it 21-0 at the end of the first. Give you some scores from the Big Eight. East Newton and Cassville knotted at 14 in the fourth quarter. It was Lamar with a 21-0 lead over Tipton in the third. Nevada having no problem with Seneca. They lead at 72-34 in the third quarter. Listen to this one, 59 points in the third quarter from Nevada. Matt County with a 34-0 lead over Mount Vernon at the half. It was Monette 52, Aurora 16 at the half.
And the injured player for the Cardinals now making his way to the sideline. And looks like that's Ben Wallace, the junior linebacker. for the Cardinals. And getting some help,
Your call.
holding up his left arm, limping as well. I hope the young man's all right. Dave Cox, our referee, ready for him to get to the sideline. Now the ball will be put back in play. 2nd and 18 for the Chiefs from the 34. And a long count, and now a flag and illegal procedure against the Chiefs. It'll back them up 5 more yards.
Your call.
The Chiefs struggling here to execute offensively. You got to think that
Your call cannot be completed as.
You got to think the Chiefs right now are trying to do something to just execute a play without a penalty. 2nd and 23 now. Hale gives it off to Mack. He'll get around that left side, and he's gone down the sideline one more time. And this time it'll count as a touchdown. Boy, they tried that left side 4 straight times, Justin, and finally Mack gets loose. No penalties, and a touchdown for the Kickapoo Chiefs.
Well, we saw that same play about 4 times in a row. That time, Kickapoo Chiefs block it up the right way and able to get their guy in the end zone. A 42-13 ball game now, 4:15 left to go here in the third. Extra point is on for the Kickapoo Chiefs.
Lewis on for the extra point. Low snap, the kick is up, and the kick is good. With 4:15 left in the third, the Webb City Cardinals lead the Kickapoo Chiefs 42-14. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Back with more after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-through, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home in Webb City is proud to support the Cardinals and has been serving the citizens of Webb City and the surrounding communities since 1888. Located at 301 West Broadway in Webb City, funeral directors BJ and Diana Goodwin specialize in funeral planning and services along with prearranged funeral plans. For more information about Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home, their phone number is 417-673-4666 or online at hedgelewis.com.
Welcome back to Cardinal Stadium. The Cardinals lead the Kickapoo Chiefs 42-14. The kickoff from the Chiefs will reach the end zone for a touchback. So the Chiefs, after multiple penalties, but a short field after the short kickoff by the Cardinals, able to score as Javon Mack able to get in the end zone. I don't know if I've seen a sweep executed 4 times in a row, Justin. 3 of them with penalties. 1 a touchdown that got called back, and then he finally scores on a touchdown run down that left sideline. Let's see if the Cardinals offense can get back on track here. Strickland under center. And a give to Abel gets the new back in the backfield for the Cardinals. A couple of new backs in there. Talon Haslip in there as well, the junior running back. Now they'll bring in Malachi Narogi along with Drake Claiborne, the new running back. And Strickland on the keeper around the right side, cuts it upfield, gets to the 35-yard line. He stopped there, but not before he picks up a first down. Good blocking on the edge. Strickland running the offense with some efficiency here this evening. Coach McFarland got to be happy with the execution from under center. And Strickland under center. Gives it this time to the dive back. Looked like Hayslip on the carry that time. Picks up good yardage, about 6. So bring up 2nd and 4 from the 41-yard line. Cardinals lead it 42-14 with 2:48 left here in the third quarter. Strickland to the left side this time and gives it to Getz on the edge, and he may be gone. 30, 50, 25. Down near the 14-yard line. Abel Getz turns the corner on the pitch play that time and shows his speed as well. And Coach McFarland finding some depth at running back.
Yeah, great job there by Getz. Braden Strickland does what he's supposed to do as well, draws that linebacker in and then pitches it to his guy on the outside. And then Getz, you see the athleticism that he has as well, able to get the Cardinals deep into Kickapoo territory, both the 13, 1st and 10.
Silas Winberg brings in the plays, line up on the right side. And a give to Getz one more time. Up, keeper by Strickland. He pulled it late, and Strickland into the end zone for a touchdown for the Cardinals.
Yeah, great job there by Strickland. We talk about the poise that he plays with, and you saw it there, able to read what was happening in front of him with the Kickapoo defense, and then able to keep it himself and essentially walk into the end zone. His guys doing a great job of blocking up front. Cardinals continue to add on to this lead.
They get the score back, and now Castro for the extra point. Strickland puts it down. Castro puts it through the uprights. And the Cardinals lead it once more, 49-14. With 2:24 left here in the third, we'll take a 1-minute timeout. Back with more football after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
The Cool School Shop is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals. Located at 100 South Main Street, Suite A in Webb City, they offer custom screen printing on school sports apparel like t-shirts and hoodies, and offer embroidery services and custom-made jerseys. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on Saturdays from 9 to noon. The Cool School Shop in Webb City, 417-673-3720, or online at coolschoolshop.com.
Welcome back to Cardinal Stadium here on John Roderick Field as the Cardinals kick off to the Chiefs, leading 49-14. Aldretti kicks it to about the 28-yard line. The Chiefs will fall on it there, and they'll have it 1st and 10 after the Cardinals with a nice drive down the field to answer the score from the Chiefs on the previous possession, and the sharpness was still there from the offensive unit, even with some backups in there.
Yeah, Cardinals did a great job, and we talk about rotating some guys in, finding some depth in this game, and Cardinals able to do so. Now you're asking your defense to tighten things up a little bit, either get a turnover or force a 3 and out again.
Hale in there at quarterback. He'll get off, give the ball to a new ball carrier this time. That's Mr. Phillips.
ProLube Maintenance Center, Simpson Lawn Care, Dig Right Equipment Rental, Missouri Southern State University, Snodgrass Collision Center, Who Hot Mongolian Grill, Body and Soul Transformation, Simpson Funeral Home, Express RX, and Webb City, all sponsors of tonight's game.
2-by-1 look here from the Chiefs. Single back in the backfield. Hale wants to throw. Little hitch route over on that left side. Tevin Christian catches it, and Cardinals smother him there. He gets a short gain. It'll bring up third and about 4 yards to go here from the 34-yard line.
Make sure you download the KNEO iPhone or Android phone app at kneo.org. The KNEO iPhone and Android phone apps are sponsored by the Webb City Booster Club. Listen to the Webb City Cardinal Sports on your smart speaker. Just say, Alexa, play the KNEO Sports Network.
Hale in the shotgun, wants to throw. Looking down the sideline, has a man open, lofts it, and was he out of bounds? The pass is incomplete, stepping out of bounds. The receiver near the 45-yard line. If he puts that on point, he may have been running for a while, Justin. The Cardinals beat that time off the line.
Yeah, just a little too much air under it and put it on his outside. You needed to leave that inside for him and throw it about the 35, let him run under it. Cardinals live to fight another down here. 4th down. And I believe that's the end of the quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter with the Cardinals leading 49-14. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Back with fourth quarter action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Have you noticed how your priorities change as you grow older? They are simple and silly as children. Most of us don't even want to admit what they were in college. As a young adult, they start becoming more serious, and then your priorities completely change when you have a family. As we reach the last quarter of life, we start thinking more about our mortality and what waits for us. The problem with that is none of us are guaranteed any amount of time. Don't wait until you think you need to get serious about God. He sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to offer you forgiveness and hope for eternity. Don't ignore that gift and wait any longer to invite Jesus Christ into your life. Call 888-NEED-HIM to learn how to have a personal relationship with Jesus and take care of the biggest priority in life. That number is 888-NEED-HIM. 888-NEED-HIM.
First punt successful in a while for the Chiefs and picked up by Halbron that time. And the Cardinals will take over at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 there. We'll see if the Cardinals continue to substitute freely here, leading 49-14 as we start the fourth quarter. And we may see a new quarterback for the Cardinals. Slade Stifler, the new quarterback for the Webb City Cardinals. Stifler, the senior, 5'10", 151. And it give up the middle. He's a sophomore, rather, not a senior. Give that time was to Claiborne, who's also a sophomore. See a lot of these guys on Monday night, Justin, as the season goes along. But always love to get some of these sophomores some experience on a Friday night. Stifler back under center. And tried to pull it, gave it instead on the dive to Claiborne. And a short gain that time. Be close to a first down. Dave Cox and his linesmen say move the chains as they get it to the 49-yard line.
Snodgrass Collision Center are to serve the area and support our local schools, located at 1604 East 4th Street in Joplin. Specializes in complete body and frame repair, four-wheel alignment, and paintless dent repair. Snodgrass Collision Center, 781-7774, proud to support the Webb City Cardinals in tonight's game.
And the give to Claiborne one more time over the left guard that time and pounds his way forward. He's a tough young man to tackle, Justin. You meet him head on in the midst of that line. He goes 203, and he's a load to bring down. Cardinals freely substituting right now. Continue to get some younger players in, leading 49-14, 9:25 left in the fourth. Stifler wants to pitch it, gives it late to Hayslip. He's stuffed near the 45-yard line. Picks up a couple of yards.
Well, as you mentioned, a great time to get some of those younger guys in the game. And you look at historically over the last 30, 40 years, these moments on a Friday night is what makes the future classes what they are. The ability to get them into games early in the season and when they're younger and sophomores and that kind of thing is what prepares them to be the guy when that time happens. You're seeing that here tonight.
3rd and 4 from the 45 for the Cardinals. Stifler under center. Gives it to Hayslip. He's grabbed right at the line. May have picked up a yard at best. Got just across the 45 to the 44. And no more there. Let's see if the Cardinals go for it on 4th down to just try to keep the football here. Likely the case here. Don't see any change of the guard there. They'll keep Stifler in there at quarterback on 4th and 3. Stifler wants to throw down the right side on a fade pattern. And Rickman, the intended receiver, they're going to call a pass interference, I believe, on the play. We'll see if it's offense or defense. Dave Cox, our referee, will give the signal. Pass interference on the offense, and that'll turn the ball back over to the Chiefs. And the penalty will give the Chiefs great field position as well after the play. He was fighting for the football, may give a little shove in the back to his defender, try to give himself some leverage. Actually, they'll issue the penalty and just take the result of the down. So 1st down for the Chiefs from their own 44-yard line. Hale in there at quarterback. And he gives it to Mack. Around the right side, now cutting back to the left and finally piled up by a couple of Cardinals. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Kickapoo Chiefs. They trail at 49-14, 7 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
Well, I think what you love about this program is regardless of who's on the field, coaches are coaching them up the same way. Whether you're the 2nd string, 3rd string, 1st string guy, you're getting coached up the same way, and that's part of what makes these guys so successful.
Mack with the carry again, goes right side on the sweep this time. This time the Cardinals outflank him and get to the corner. And be a loss of 1 on the play. Bring up 3rd and 6. Third and 6 from the 47, call it 48-yard line. Hale, the sophomore, in there at quarterback for the Chiefs. Wants to throw this time. Looks down the right side, throws it short on a stick route and complete over on that sideline to Will Buckley, the 6'3" junior wide receiver. And a 1st down for the Chiefs. They'll mark him at the Cardinals' 43-yard line. Cardinals trying to set their defense. About to have to play with 10 men there for a moment. Now the right corner stays in there. Hale throws a little flat route this time. I believe that's Devin Christian again. They're trying to get that young man in space. Cardinals done a good job bottling him up. He's got several catches, but nothing for big yards. Clock running at 5:10. 2nd and 5 from 38 for the Chiefs. Hale in the shotgun. Single back behind him. Mack gets the carry across the 36 near the 35-yard line before he's brought down, as Cardinals freely substituting on the defensive side of the ball now as well.
A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Missouri State Representative Bob Bromley is honored to serve the citizens of the 162nd District, including the towns of Carl Junction and Webb City. State Representative Bob Bromley would like to congratulate all the area teams on their hard work.
Hale back in there at quarterback. On 3rd and 2. Wants to throw. Rolls to his left. Now being chased, and he'll be sacked for a loss. Wanted to go deep down the right side near the end zone. Just couldn't get his feet set to throw it. And the Cardinals sack him for a loss. It'll bring up 4th down and 6 yards from the 39-yard line of the Cardinals. Clock running at 3:45 now here in the 4th quarter, with the Cardinals leading 49-14. 2 receivers left, 1 right for the Chiefs. Hale takes the snap, looks to throw, now pitches it to his running back, and Phillips may have enough for the 1st down. It'll be close. He just gets the last yard he needed. A little trickery that time by the Chiefs to pick up that 1st down. They'll mark him down near the 32-yard line. Three receivers right this time, 1 left. Hale gives it off to Mack, running over the right side and bottled up near the 25-yard line. Cardinals bring him down. Not as much penetration by some of these younger guys as we saw maybe from the starters, but they're still fighting to make sure that they get a lot of hats to the football.
Well, that's what you want to see from these young guys. Continued excellence, continued attempts to execute on the field. Cardinals continue to defend here.
Right now, the challenge is just to keep him out of the end zone. Hale in the shotgun, gets a snap. Quick throw to the right side. And being chased now, coming all the way across the field is Fowler. And he'll get all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. And surprised we haven't seen more of him throughout the ball game. We saw him on the kickoff return for a touchdown and another good return later. He's kind of a tweener. What I mean by that is he looks like he could play running back or receiver for you. That time just using his athleticism after he was bottled up on that right side, came all the way back around to the left and scores. And Cardinals won't be happy about giving up that score. Stops the clock at 2:02, the extra point to come. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. With 2:02 left here in the 4th, it's Cardinals 49, Kickapoo Chiefs 21. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Back here with more football after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives. Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin, Webb City, and Carthage.
And we welcome you back to Cardinal Stadium on John Roderick Field here. The Cardinals' prolific night of scoring, lead at 49-21 over the Kickapoo Chiefs with 2:02 left in the ball game. Chiefs continue to fight and give the young man Turner Hale credit, running the show here the whole second half, the sophomore quarterback for the Chiefs. And they put another one in the end zone, and now the kick goes through the end zone. The Cardinals will have it 1st and 10, and we'll find out who comes in at quarterback. Likely to see Stifler one more time.
Paint Chips and Glitter Boutique at 110 West Broadway in Webb City is open Tuesday through Thursday, 10:30 to 5:30, Fridays 10:30 to 5, and Saturdays 10 to 3, offering ladies' clothing, jewelry, accessories, and more. They also carry Webb City shirts, accessories, and other spirit wear as well. Learn more online at www.pcgboutique.com. Proud to support the Cardinals.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals from the 20-yard line. Stifler under center. He'll give it to Claiborne. Makes it to the 24-yard line. Pick up a 4. Clock running inside 2 minutes now. Cardinals about a first down from kneeling this one out. Stifler under center. And he keeps it this time around the right side and goes out of bounds near the 35-yard line. That'll stop the clock momentarily.
And what you like there from Strickland, stop clocks to reset.
Actually,
keep rolling.
Now the clock operator freezes it at 1:16. Let's see if the Cardinals go into victory formation here. Stifler under center. And he'll give it one more time to his lead back and his offensive line. A couple of subs in there as well, enjoying what they need to do. And we enjoyed bringing this one to you, and particularly appreciate our partners at KSN Channel 16 tonight, allowing us to bring it to you as well. And we'll get ready to head down to the field here as this one concludes with 45 seconds left. And Justin, I'll let you take it away.
Handoff up the middle. Getting a lot of new bodies in there. We'll try to give you a number here once he turns around enough for me to see it. I believe it was Andrew Mitchell, the sophomore for the Cardinals there on the carry. Slade Stifler. And the Cardinals can just stand this one out here. 15 seconds and counting. Your Webb City Cardinals coming away with a 49-21 victory here over the Kickapoo Chiefs. And as always, you come out of here with healthy bodies. You're able to get some young guys in the ball game. And that's a good night for the Cardinals. We'll take a quick 2-minute break here, back here in 2 minutes for our post-game show. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City, open daily from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home in Webb City is proud to support the Cardinals and has been serving the citizens of Webb City and the surrounding communities since 1888. Located at 301 West Broadway in Webb City, funeral directors BJ and Diana Goodwin specialize in funeral planning and services along with prearranged funeral plans. For more information about Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home, their phone number is 417-673-4666 or online at hedgelewis.com.
The Webb City Booster Club is proud to support Webb City student athletes. The Booster Club works with parents, community volunteers, and businesses to enrich the experience of Webb City High School athletics. They would like to encourage anyone interested in making an impact on our student athletes to consider joining the Booster Club. If you are an individual, family, or business and would like more information on joining the Boosters, you can stop by the Booster trailer that is at all Cardinal home games, or you can find them on Facebook at Webb City Athletic Booster Club. Webb City Booster Club wishes all their athletes an amazing year. Go Cards!
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
And we welcome you back to Cardinal Stadium here on Judd Roderick Field. The Cardinals win it 49-21 over the Kickapoo Chiefs here tonight. The Cardinals came out firing to start the opening first quarter and scored quickly on a nice drive down the field, ending with a touchdown. They unfortunately gave up a kickoff return after that, and we were tied at 7. But then the Cardinals came right back and scored on their second and third possessions, went up 21-7. And Justin, at that point, you kind of felt like they were beginning to extend their will and impose their will, rather, against this Kickapoo Chiefs ball club.
Yeah, I think what you love to see from your guys in the second half is sometimes when you start to gain some momentum and build a lead, you see guys kind of start to take plays off. It was a little slow to get that second half going, multiple penalties, and then Kickapoo able to force it into the end zone. But then immediately you saw the Cardinals answer right back and stretch that lead back out, and then never turned their back from there, and were able to keep their foot on the gas pedal and get multiple guys in the ball game. You talk about getting the second string guys in the game, letting them get some execution and get some reps as well, and ultimately come out healthy, which is what you love heading into next week as well. So overall, a dominant display from the Cardinals tonight. Obviously, there are always some things that you want to clean up, but I think if you're Coach Mack and company, you're happy with how your ball club played tonight.
We'll take a 1-minute timeout, come back with a visit with head coach Ryan McFarland. After this, you're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network. Back.
Price Family Insurance and Financial Services has been caring for clients since 1990 and is still here to take care of all your insurance needs, from auto, home, business, life, and health insurance to group health insurance for businesses, plus financial services. To find out more information, call the dedicated team at Price Family Insurance and Financial Services today at 417-673-8338 or stop by and see them at 100 South Main Street in Webb City. You can also learn more online at pricefamilyinsurance.com.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic. Once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
We welcome you back to Cardinal Stadium. Cardinals win it here tonight over the Kickapoo Chiefs, 49-21, as Coach McFarland has some final words for his ball club tonight before they dismiss and go to some happy parents and happy fans all the way around here on Cardinal Stadium. Started off with a bang tonight, Justin. We saw the youth football club being introduced and come across the track all the way up through the 8th graders. They later formed a gauntlet for these guys to run down the hill to start the ball game. And then we saw the great inspiring signs and the flag and Go USA look from the student section of the Webb City Cardinals. A full group of folks here tonight in Cardinal Nation to witness this one, and just a great job all around as Coach Ryan McFarland makes his way to us, and we'll catch his thoughts. Coach, when we talked this morning, you said you wanted to see your guys understand there was a new standard. Do you feel like that was understood and executed somewhat tonight?
Yeah, I think we did a great job, offensively coming out, kind of doing what we need to do. We gave up that kick return early. We're not a team that kicks the ball deep a lot, but we wanted to this week to get some practice at it because it's something we're going to have to do down the road, and obviously we need more work at it. But, offensively, really proud of just executing and finishing drives. Defensively, besides some missed tackles, I thought we played pretty well there too.
Yeah, it looked like the pursuit to the football tonight really took away their read game and their outside zone that they wanted to try to run.
Yeah, we talk a lot about control what you can control. Defensively, we're going to miss tackles, okay, and we don't try to, but it's okay to miss tackles. It's just you can control your effort and getting 11 guys to the football, and that's something we pride ourselves on. That's something I think we've done really well for 3 weeks now, and now we just need to focus on those missed tackles a little bit more.
We saw the continued excellent running of Mason Williams, and then I think folks saw the talent of Gabe Johnson that they remember from a couple years ago as he got loose 3 or 4 times tonight.
Yeah, we moved some guys around this week. First off, Braden Strickland did a phenomenal job running our option offense, and we knew he would. It puts Gabe in the backfield. It gives us a chance to give Gabe the ball in space a little bit. When he was at quarterback, it seemed like teams were really trying to focus on taking him out of the game, so now we can put him at running back, try to get him the ball on the edge, and Mason did a phenomenal job as well.
And to your point, just in case you thought he was going to pitch it every time Strickland should, he could get to the end zone as well.
Yeah, he's probably the most unselfish kid we've got on the team. We know he's going to make the right reads. He's going to get the ball to playmakers. He cares nothing about his stats. Like, the only stat he cares about is the scoreboard at the end of the game. So he's going to be a great asset to us on offense, and that might be our new 3-man backfield moving forward.
I talked to you at the end of the first half about the special teams play, but let's repeat that one more time. I asked Coach Decker if they called something there. He said, yeah, we thought we could get through there.
Yeah, on the pump blocks?
Yes.
Oh, gosh, yeah, they did a great job there. So, hats off. You just, and not to harp on it, but you take off that first special teams play on our kickoff team, and, they played a great job tonight. And Coach Decker's really taken over, kind of kickoff return. Coach Derryberry still does our punt team. Coach Decker does a lot of our punt block stuff. So he's really kind of taken ownership on that, and he does a great job for us.
We'll let you get a congratulatory hug and from your family. We'll talk to you next week.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
And as we make our way across here, we'll see if we can find the aforementioned Braden Strickland, who is right in front of me now as we get a visit from our starting quarterback tonight. Mr. Strickland, can you talk to me for a second?
Yes, sir.
How early in the week did you know you were going to be under center tonight?
So I was watching football on Sunday, got the call in the afternoon, and when I showed up to practice on Monday, just had to switch to offense.
Pretty natural position for you. What do you like about this offense whenever you've got as much talent as you have behind you? What kind of pressure does it put on you?
Not as much pressure at all. We got really good athletes in the backfield. We got a really good O-line group and good receivers. And so there's no pressure on me during this.
Once you got the dive back going, then the pitch just was wide open for Gabe. We saw that on a couple plays, but it also opened up your passing game. You able to get a couple of really good athletes out there in Holden Johnson and Turner down the field?
Yeah, big, tall athletes that can jump, so I just got to throw it up, and they can go make plays for me.
And I said this to Coach McFarland earlier, but I guess just in case folks wondered if you could run too, you did pull it one time and make it to the end zone as well. Congratulations on the victory. Continued success to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, and we'll make our way across the field here and see if we can catch one more player or two. Justin, if you can direct me.
You've got River Linker all the way down here on the 30 if you want him to your right.
Let's see if I can.
To the 30. Towards midfield.
I'm making my way forward. We'll see.
He's got his back to you right now.
Mr. Linker, I need to talk to Mr. Linker here for a second. River, congratulations on the victory tonight. Tell me about your defensive approach to this group. You knew they wanted to run some of that power zone read stuff, but what did you guys do to take that away from your position?
Well, all week we prepared to, like Coach talked about, make them one-dimensional, take away the run. So we honestly could have done better stopping the run. I think we could have done a better job. But like as far as zone goes, we were just like hustling on the backside, and like we obviously still have a lot to improve on. But whenever we take away that run, they make them throw the ball. Like that makes them just not the same football team, not as threatening of an offense. So
take me through the punt block and the pickup. Did you have a chance to scoop and score there? What was the play? How did it unfold for you?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I have no hands, so I can't catch. So I saw that ball on the ground, and I just my first thought was fall on it, and I wish I would have picked it up and scooped it, but I'm glad I didn't make myself look like too much of a fool. But
overall, how proud of you of the way your offense executed tonight? They looked like they were firing on all 8 cylinders.
They were so good. They were scoring so quick. Like it was like we sat down on the bench, and then it was like, all right, everybody cheer on the offense, and I loved that so much. And they came off the sideline. We all like cheered for them. It was awesome. They played so good, and I'm so proud of them.
Well, congratulations on the victory. Continued success to you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And we'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back with more of our postgame after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the game. Stop by and pick up one of their specialty pizzas, like the Works, the Meats, or the Barbecue Chicken Bacon. Don't forget to grab a side order of breadsticks or Papa's Wings to top off your order. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or order online at papajohns.com or through the Papa John's app. Go Cardinals!
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to close, it's Student Night at Hoo-Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin. Students of any age can bring in your valid student ID and receive 25% off your grill meal. At Hoo-Hot Mongolian Grill, you can always enjoy a vast selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Hoo-Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Hoo-Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin. More information online at hoohot.com.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Price Family Insurance and Financial Services has been caring for clients since 1990 and is still here to take care of all your insurance needs, from auto, home, business, life, and health insurance to group health insurance for businesses, plus financial services. To find out more information, call the dedicated team at Price Family Insurance and Financial Services today at 417-673-8338 or stop by and see them at 100 South Main Street in Webb City. You can also learn more online at pricefamilyinsurance.com.
Welcome back to Cardinal Stadium. Scott Boudreau along with Justin Boudreau, Drew Woodbancy, camera operator tonight, along with our other great friends that were on the camera tonight, our students Grayson Smith, Connor Ross, Nick Wade, and Logan Dye. Enjoyed seeing their camera work throughout the evening. Some final stats for you as the Cardinals win at 49-21. Cardinals with 24 first downs to 11 for the Kickapoo Chiefs. 44 carries for 416 yards for the Cardinals. That's an impressive showing. And then 28 carries for 133 yards for the Kickapoo Chiefs. 132 yards for Gabe Johnson, 110 for Mason Williams, 59 for Abel Getz. Braden Strickland with 33. Strickland goes 5 for 8 tonight with a touchdown for 82 yards passing total and 31 yards on the long touchdown pass. And all in all, a solid victory for the Cardinals here tonight at Cardinal Stadium in front of a great crowd. We'll go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout, come back with our Final Drive scoreboard show after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-thru, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb.
For over 100 years, Webb City has trusted Simpson Funeral Home for all of their death care needs. Simpson Funeral Home dignifies lives well lived through customizable cremation and burial plans, as well as pre-need funeral plans and monument design. Simpson Funeral Home, now offering pet cremation services, has 2 locations to serve you: 400 West Doherty Street in Webb City and 101 North Main Street in Carl Junction. Call or text 417-673-2411 or visit online at simpsonfh.com.
In football, anything can happen. That's why Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is here for you with high-quality, personalized care to help you recover quickly and effectively. Our nationally recognized, board-certified orthopedic surgeons understand your injury and how it relates to your sport. That's why so many area colleges and high school sports teams choose our expert orthopedic team to treat their aches and injuries. Learn more about Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine at freemanhealth.com.
Welcome to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or therapists can help you get back in the game. Now,
and we welcome you inside the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, brought to you by Freeman Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. In the COC tonight, in the fourth quarter, the Carthage Tigers lead the Glendale Falcons 41-15. The Willard Tigers lead the Waynesville Tigers 28-7 in the third. The Osho Wildcats a final 47-17 over the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. That's an impressive win. Lebanon last week beat Joplin. Over in Joplin, the Nixa Eagles a final 28-14 over the Joplin Eagles. And here at Cardinal Stadium, it was the Cardinals 49-21 over the Kickapoo Chiefs.
In the Big 8 Conference, it was Cassville winning 24-14 over East Newton. It was Seneca with a 54-33 win over Nevada. So we must have had a score wrong earlier in that game because we had Nevada hanging 70 on them earlier. So 54-33, Seneca wins it over Nevada. It was Lamar with a 21-7 victory over Tipton. Matt County takes care of Mount Vernon 48-7, and Monette puts up 60 on the Hound Dogs. They win it 60-16.
In the Ozark Mountain Conference, the West Plains Zizzers at the half 49-0 over the Hillcrest Hornets. The Branson Pirates a final 35-6 over the Bolivar Liberators. The Carl Junction Bulldogs beat the Marshfield Blue Jays 49-15 tonight. Logan Rogersville a winner 34-12 over the Parkview Vikings. We'll take a timeout here, come back with more of our Final Drive scoreboard after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
And we welcome you back inside the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, brought to you by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Moving to the Mid-Lakes Conference, Fairgrove with a 28-14 lead over Buffalo in the third quarter. It was Cleaver taking care of Reed Springs 21-14. In the Southwest Conference, Ash Grove with a 39-6 lead over Stockton in the fourth quarter. Marionville 36, Skyline 6. It was Diamond taking care of Southeast 42-6. And Sarcoxy pulls it out against Pierce City. They win at 30-27.
And the 8-man independent tonight, the Lockwood Tigers 67-20 over the Jasper Eagles. And down in Oklahoma, the Grove Ridge Runners lead the Jay Bulldogs 34-0 in the third quarter. In the SEK, over in Kansas, the Mulvane Wildcats 39-6 over the Independence Bulldogs.
And to round it out in the CNC on the Kansas side, St. Mary's Colgan takes care of Frontenac 29-13. It was Galena over the rivals Columbus 20-13. Baxter Springs takes care of Afton 40-8.
The final here tonight at Cardinal Stadium, it was the Webb City Cardinals 49, the Kickapoo Chiefs 21. The Cardinals improved to 2-1 on the season. They'll be on the road next week at Ozark for another COC contest. We'll be on the air at 6 o'clock for that one, and we certainly enjoyed bringing this one to you tonight. So for Roberta Foster back at our studios, for Drew Woodmansey, our fine camera operator, for Justin Boudreau, this is Scott Boudreau saying good night from Webb City High School. You've been listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
You've been listening to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or a therapist can help you get back in the game. Join us again after the game next week as we will once again bring you all the latest scores right here on the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of